No more bad government in Nigeria. Nigeria was the only media that have been consistent speaking against the bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Nigeria was no more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. For the poor. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what media? No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria. No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media. No more bad government. The number one media in Nigeria. No more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what you? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Niger what media? Voice for the voiceless. Niger watch media. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. 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 Niger watch you. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing, and he recommending to everyone in Nigeria, saying that you guys are the number one. Niger what you
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. I appreciate every one of you. It's good to be back here again. As I know some of you will be surprised that we came out early. Yeah, I decided to come out like 10 minutes before time because Peter Obi will be joining us today on X. So I just decided to come out so that I can quickly present one or two things to you guys before Mr. Peter Obi will start speaking to everybody on social media.
Must be saving something. When we had excess, crude reserves, if we had saved something, where we would have been as a country. Now, you are the chairman of a political party of such a man, and the renegade group that started this accused you or alleged you forged something. The former national chairman of the party, a woman, alleged that you forged something. Your national treasurer alleged that you forged something. NLC alleged that you forged something. Everybody, the candidates that were in for the election in 2023 under Labour Party, some of them alleged you forged something. The perception is simply, the optics is simply not good. If I were him, I would have used this opportunity to rest, to take a leave, so that all these allegations would take a leave.
Okay, I believe that I have been vindicated, right? For some of you that have been saying that, no, Mr. Naija Wash, what you they talk, you don't know what you they talk, why telling Barrister Julius Abure to resign and all that. At least, I've told you guys before on this platform, when I see other people that I look up to, re-emphasize on my submission on this platform, I'm always happy. I was the first person that started calling on Barrister Abure to resign, to save himself from this shame, this disgrace. But people like Satanic Pansat and many others were accusing me here. Oh, Abure is bigger than everybody. Abure is bigger than you. Abure is bigger than this. Abure, you see, now I wonder what you guys are going to tell someone like Barrister Kenneth Okonkwo now. Because some of you look down on us on this platform. That is why I ask you all the time that tell me what Arise, channels, BBC, CNN, they are doing differently from what we are doing here. In fact, we are even doing more because we are discussing the in-depth of the situation that is affecting us directly on this platform. But some of you come here to belittle us, to discourage us from our efforts. Some of you are saying, no, why must you be telling Abure? Abure is too big. Abure is too this. How can you be telling us that somebody that's supposed to be serving you is too bigger than you? You see, now, Kenneth Okonkwo have said the same thing now. I'm waiting for this same satanic set of people to come up to criticize Kenneth Okonkwo. Resigned, he said no. This is absolute greed. Greed in the highest level of any dimension. Let's move on. Thank you very much.
Perception is simply, the optics is simply not good. If I were him, I would have used this opportunity to rest, to take a leave, so that all these allegations would take a leave. Because in Nigeria, knowing what Nigeria is, if he has honorably stepped down, those allegations will honorably step down. But now he has subjected himself to going to face the consequences of what he did.
Just imagine, we were the first people, I personally, that started calling Abure to resign privately and publicly. I wrote him, I called him, I did everything that I can do. But he never listened. When you are about to be disgraced, most especially if you know you'll be wearing masks, deceiving the people, no matter the advice everybody will give to you, you will never listen anymore. Just imagine he resigned at that time. So, okay, with all this stress now, I just need to go. Let me go look after my family. Normally, if you are sincere and straightforward in life, why is it difficult for you to resign, for Christ's sake? Ask yourself. Why would it be difficult for you to resign? People are alleging you of series of allegations. I've said it before on this platform. If I were to be in his shoes, God forbid, I don't want to ever be in his shoes in any ramification, I will resign. Why would I put myself in a line where you all will be insulting me? God forbid. I would just, okay, I'm done. But for any leaders to refuse to resign, then you're supposed to start suspecting something. At least everybody's calling him out now. You know, Patet to me also said something earlier on that, convention happened. Where did it happen? How did it happen? Who was there? I'm not aware that convention happened. Can you imagine? You know what that means? Peter Obi totally disassociated himself out of him. Now, boy, if you listen then, because no, will be heavy when they tell me to make I resign. And then I talked to him privately. He did not listen. I wonder how Satanic Pansat will be feeling now, supporting evil. I wonder. Let's move on, my people. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
I never defended anybody who offends the law. But let me stepped down. Those allegations will honorably step down. And now he has subjected himself to going to face the consequences of what he did. I never defended anybody who offends the law. But let me to follow any situation or any path that is not clearly rooted in giving me a new Nigeria. It's not about, I'm not following PWB because of him, because of what he stands for. Look at him. Very transparent. Very, very no scandal. Good. That's why I'm following him.
Kenneth, on that note, I want to thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. We are still waiting for Mr. Peter Obi to come to the space. So I guess that will be happening anytime soon. But before that, I'm going to post I'm going to showcase another 4 minutes video concerning Julius Abure in Edo State. Let's listen to this.
Indications is that all is not well in the Edo State chapter of the Labour Party, as members of the party across the North and Central senatorial districts are pointing fingers at the party's national chairman, Julius Abure, for allegedly working to end the party's life in the state. The allegations followed the victory of the former president of the Nigeria Bar Association, Olumide Apata, in the primary election of the party, where he polled 316 votes out of the 340 delegates' votes up for grabs. Apata's victory left the duo of Kenneth Imaswagbon and Sam Eromosele Ebo as runners-up with 7 votes each, while Sergio Sogun had 4 votes and Abegbe Ernest Osabuhien and Blessing Akele scored 3 votes each. Members of the party in Edo Central and Edo North are up in arms, alleging that Abure may have sold the party's ticket to Akpata in total disregard of the zoning convention in the state, which positioned Edo Central as the next in line. According to her findings, the zoning arrangement was the basic reason the People's Democratic Party and the struggling All Progressives Congress picked their candidates from Edo Central District. But Abure was said to have ignored public reason and popular convention and settled for the former NBA president who hails from Edo South.
Rumors making the waves that Labour Party is playing to the gallery, whims and caprices of the extant government of the state and collected a whopping sum of 500 million naira only on grounds that Labour Party will feature a neophyte as her candidate for this 2024 governorship election in Edo State. A candidate who does not have capacity to win election and or that who will be lackadaisical in challenging the political and social ills of the People's Democratic Party and APC. We wish to use this opportunity to inform our esteemed members that the general public that this is a lie from the pit of hell, and it is hereby debunked.
Sources in the state insist that the Labour Party will be severely punished for Abure's personal interest in insisting on moving the party's governorship ticket to Edo South when there are highly qualified aspirants from Edo Central, which town it is to lead the state.
What stands me out is my passion for Edo people. What stands me out is that Edo people know me, I know them. When they hear my voice, they know. When I hear their voice and their cry, I know. What stands me out is that we want a change. What stands me out is that they know who they know. We want the man we know. Enough is enough. We are tired of the suffering. We are tired of the bad roads. We are tired of the insecurity. We are tired of election rigging. 2024, because it is our turn. Tinubu was right when he said a Milokon. A Milokon is the turn of Edo Central to produce the governor of Edo State in 2024. I have put in 20 years of hard work, industry, crisscrossing the 192 wards of Edo State 10 times. No man knows Edo like I can in Maswango. No man have fed Edo people, the poor, the women, the students. Nobody have given them iPad scholarship like I have done with my sweat money. The people of Edo are waiting to pay me back.
I'm a businessman, but I've seen opportunities. The opportunities are there to help the people. I keep saying that if my 8 years in the National Assembly, I brought projects of about 43 billion to my constituency. And I see projects are still ongoing. There are major road projects that are brought. Every year, they are putting money in. The project started 2022. 2023, there was money in the budget. 2024 budget now, there's still money. So it's going to continue till they complete it there. But just imagine if I took 10% of the total 43 billion. That would be at least 4.3 billion in my pocket. Will anybody say I don't have money? If I deploy that in any political party for primaries, I will win. But why do I want to do that? If it's public office and I'm going to render public service.
Out of the 18 local government areas of the state, Edo South has 7, North has 6, and the Central has 5 local government areas. However, there is a gentleman's agreement to zone the governorship to the Central Senatorial District, which is why both PDP and APC picked their candidates from the zone. Meanwhile, Abure has not been forthcoming with his decision to ignore popular convention in the state and allow Akpata to pick the governorship ticket of the party. Efforts to speak to him over the development have proved abortive. As it stands, the emergence of a candidate from Edo South is now another hurdle for the people of Edo Central to cross in what could have been a smooth sail for the Eson-speaking tribe. Thanks for checking out Symphony on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. I would like us to move on. We're still waiting for Mr. Peter Obi to come to the space. At the moment, we're monitoring everything. At the moment, it's still not yet on the space. So be patient with us. Meanwhile, I would like us to listen to this because you remember that the Nigerian Army declared a couple of people wanted the other day regarding the Coleman killings and all that, killing the Nigerian Army. Then we have a traditional ruler that came out because his name was part of it. None of us noticed that at that particular time, but they came out now saying that I'm not part of this and all that. So I'd like us to quickly listen to what this man have to say here. Thank you very much.
And let's also tell you that one of the suspects declared wanted by the military in connection with the alleged killing of soldiers, who is also the king of Ewu Kingdom, Mr. Clement Ikolo, has been handed over to the military. Mr. Ikolo reportedly turned himself in to the Delta State Police Command, one of the stations. The monarch was said to have arrived at the State Police Command headquarters, I should say, at exactly 6:41 p.m. on Thursday to report himself to the Commissioner of Police. Before going to the police headquarters in the state, the king, who spoke to journalists, insists that he's innocent in the matter.
It is wrong. It is unacceptable. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in taking anybody's lives because you did not make the life. It is God Almighty who created life. And it is only God who can take the life, not you taking another human being's life. All we need to do is to continue to add value to life. So in all its ramifications, I totally and vehemently condemn this. It is unacceptable, and I keep saying it, and I've been saying it, and I will continue to do that, continue to say it. This morning, to the greatest of my surprise, I saw my name on the list of persons wanted in connection with this heinous crime. It is a shock to me because I have no hands in such things. I don't believe in anything that has got to do with truncating the lives of human beings. I am not in any way, shape, or form connected to this.
We'll see how things play out with those investigations. Now, this next story is of interest to everyone.
Okay, that is surprising though, for a traditional ruler's name to be mentioned amongst those that killed the Nigerian Army. It's crazy. It's crazy. I just hope as the man comes, say is an innocent person, you know. But meanwhile, I would like us, while we are still waiting for Mr. Peter Obi to join the space, I would like us to quickly listen to Patty Tomi, what he have to say here quickly.
Some more political stories now. The Julius Abure-led National Working Committee of the Labour Party has dismissed threats of a leadership takeover by a group of members led by Comrade Ejo for purportedly acting for the party board of trustees. The National Publicity Secretary of the party, Mr. Obiore, explains in a statement that the party was not aware of the existence of a BOT because the body was yet to be constituted. He further explains that the Labour Party on Wednesday successfully conducted its national convention in Nnewi, Anambra State. And Mr. Julius Abure was unanimously elected by over 350 delegates that were in attendance. And staying with politics, Professor of Political Economy and former presidential aspirant of the Labour Party, Professor Patty Tomi, has been speaking on the leadership crisis rocking the party amongst other issues. Speaking on our program Politics today, Professor Tomi explains that the coming days will determine if there was any form of convention or not. Also speaking on governance, he adds that Nigeria needs to go back to the parliamentary system, which he says feels the pulse of the people more and will cater for their needs.
Hustling has replaced thinking. National interest has been subverted by me, myself, and I grab, because power has been defined in Nigeria as an opportunity for state capture and use of public resources for the good of the individual. And look at where we are.
Okay, guys, we already have Mr. Peter Obi on the space. Please bear with us. Let us connect you straight to the space right now. Please help us to press on the like button and let's do this together. It's very, very important our voices go far. I'll be posting out a link shortly so that you guys can, those of you that want to join us, so join us. Yeah, thank you. Bear with me, guys.
Appreciate you giving us that very wonderful insight. Thank you so much. Well-meaning, are you ready?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much, Gloria. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I think I got talked when Mr. Peter Obi said that the ball we fixed is worth 5 million. I don't think a lot of people heard that. It's worth around 5 million around, but now we have a budget of 193 million for a ball.
I said that one is for mini town. Mini water project, mini town water project.
So what we saw on the budget was Borehole. Let's just give them benefit of that. All right, sir. Thank you very much. So my question, I'm going to bring it home. I think this is one question that a lot of Obidients have been also trying to ask. So a lot has happened in the Labour Party recently that has, left many Obidients a little bit. Maybe not a little bit. Many Obidients very, say, disappointed. A lot. I don't want to go into specifics that have happened, but I know you will know better than me. So my real question is just to ask you, what is your, maybe to give us more insight into the parts we don't know, and also just to give us your general take and, for the Obidients regarding the current Labour Party.
Can you help me? And because you said a lot has happened. If a lot has happened, let's take all those laws that happened and be able to discuss them one after the other. Because if we go and do it as a general question and a general answer, maybe we won't be able to deal with it. So you can give me example.
For example, so in recent times, there have been a lot of accusations, allegations on the Labour Party chairperson. A lot of accusation around, even from stakeholders within the party. So that's, of course, Obidients is a movement that holds morality in high standards. So that kind of made a lot of Obidients, have this sort of rejection towards that. Then to top it up, the Labour Party yesterday, or just day before yesterday rather, called for a convention, and Obidients have been looking forward, really, really looking forward to an opportunity to really enter the Labour Party, integrate with the Labour Party, take up positions with the Labour Party, and a lot were expected. We were hoping that with this opportunity we can blend into the party as per taking up positions. But that convention, first of all, we got the circular as a leak and in short notice, and came with so many constraints. And we all thought maybe it's not going to happen. But lo and behold, we decided to say, okay, let's just leave it and see what happens. Lo and behold, it happened the day before yesterday. And, it still leaves a lot of Obidients disgruntled to today. So we just want to get your take on it and perhaps some sense of direction.
Okay, thank you very much. As I said, it's good to be more specific. One, he talked about a lot of accusations and everything. Let me be direct. There's accusations of mismanagement of resources. And am I right? So this mismanagement of resources or something similar that not accounting properly.
Yes, sir.
The money is belonging to the party and everything. My brother, we have written a competent qualified external auditor, requesting that it goes to audit the account of the party. And until that is established, I won't make any comments on hearsay. However, I didn't close my ears to hearsay, but I want it to be verified. The similar thing is also happening within the campaign funding. Similar thing, including myself. And I'm also asking all those who, one way or the other, receive money during the campaign to account for it. If you're in a group, if you're in an organization, if you're in a clique, who have one way or the other, and you people raise money, whoever managed that resources or received it should account for it. The ones maybe I received, I will account properly, especially to those who gave me so. So I'm asking everybody, account for your own. While, like I said in Lagos, I'm convinced that whoever mismanaged the campaign money people gave us to use for purposes of the campaign and what we promised we'll do for Nigeria, even if we are not able in long run to know or he or she did not account for it, I'm sure he will not escape God's punishment. Because you can't take public money. Still maintain. You can't take public money and go away with it. One day you must pay for it. You must get the punishment for it. So for the accounting, we're dealing with it until that is exhausted or we come to the conclusion. I cannot say anything. On issue of the party and the convention, I had a convention and I've said it everywhere. The convention, when chairman approached me about the convention, I appealed to him to consult all stakeholders, starting from Govt, Vice President Dati, to senators, House members, Pat Tommy and the Big Tent, gubernatorial candidates, various groups, for us to have NLC, TUC is documented, for us to have a properly organized convention starting from Congress. Because where we need to organize ourselves is actually at the grassroots where we have issues. Let's go there and start. And I'll start organizing ourselves and organize the party properly. Somewhere along the line, so he was supposed to go and consult all these people and we have a proper meeting, agree on positions, how it is going to be. But as you know, while I'm the presidential candidate, I'm not a party chairman and I'm not a member of NWC. When I came back and heard that, I traveled for one day, came back and heard that the party convention is going to be in Omaya. Again, I visited and discussed that with my brother, Govt, who said he's listening to me and what I said. And he thinks it's a proper thing. I met the senators, I met the House of Rep people, I met the gubernatorial candidates, and some of the key holders, stakeholders, sorry, and discussed these issues with them. However, somewhere along the line, the NWC insisted they would go on with what they've planned and what they want to do. And they shifted the venue when it's no longer being hosted in Abia. I didn't attend because for me, we need to do more work, more consultation, more discussions before the convention.
Thank you.
So that's why I didn't attend. And that's the only sign I can show. Some people have said, oh, you would have granted press conference, you would have said this and everything. And I said to them, unless you have not followed my politics, I didn't promise Nigeria. Just like when I went into Abga, we had problems in Abga. And I always tell Anambra people, I didn't promise you people I'm going to change Abga, but I promise you people I'm going to change Anambra State. Now when I came, Anambra was home for all. I changed it to Light of the Nation and went to become #1 from number 20 something in education, #1 in health, #1. This is what I promised. We promised to build a new Nigeria. We didn't promise to build a new Labour Party. But that I think we will build because it's important. It's all part of it. But people think, oh, I would have been in the market shouting and all that. No. In my position as a leader is to consult and continue to plead with people. Let's do the right thing. Let's do the right thing. It's not for me to be in the marketplace because I have access and I'm talking to the right people. Even now in the convention, supposedly have come and gone. I believe that is actually the beginning of the talk. And we're going to get it right. Because we cannot do wrong thing, especially for those of us who are saying we want to change the system. There's also some of us, because what is happening now is that there's also some of us who, for me, all these are just a distraction they're trying to bring in our group now. There's also some of us who I cannot completely say, very few, very tiny, that are part of what we are doing. Our engagement is about Nigeria. And they're not trying to distract our focus. Like I said to somebody who said to me, why are you going to North? And I said, if they return Abu as the chairman, did he provide water that I provided in the North? Did it stop the water? We will deal with all those matters. But some people now want to distract me from what I'm doing or distract us because it is us. Because they know the future of what we want to do is not about Labour Party. It's about what the Obidients are thinking about Nigeria. Thinking about water, thinking about power, thinking about employment, thinking about security. That is what we should remain on. The other matter we will deal with. Some are saying, "Oh, if we cannot deal with party, how can we govern Nigeria? If you cannot resolve party, if you cannot resolve this, it shows that this thing, in fact, you're not serious." I said to them, we were somewhere when we cannot change them, we changed ourselves. We didn't start with Labour. So we will try to change them. Go and read, I'm a Christian. And I say to them, Jesus said when you go into a town, trying to change them, preach them, stay with them, fast with them. If in the end you cannot change them, you come out and wash even the sand that is on your shoe and say, I'm leaving you people. He didn't say go there and die with them. We will try to change them. And I can tell you, I'm doing spirited effort to change them, but we are not going to die with them. We're going to change them. But let nobody think that will not stop what we set out to do. What we set out to do, we must continue. And that's where I am. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Gloria, just a second, please. Thank you. Guys, please, in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the voice of Mr. Peter Obi, His Excellency, the former Govt of Anambra State and the Labour Party and presidential candidate. He's live with us on the platform. Please, this space is brought to you courtesy of Parallel Facts Media, the fastest growing online mainstream media, strictly for facts-based news. Please, you can follow us on Instagram at the Parallel Facts, on YouTube channel at Parallel Facts, on Facebook at Parallel Facts, and also on our handle here on Twitter. We keep having these spaces engaging on His Excellency and other well-meaning Nigerians in due time. So please, you can share the space, you can like the space, you can retweet the space. We're having an interesting conversation here. I am enjoying every bit of it. So please, we see all your questions. We'll be bringing up questions from the all the questions I've been asking here so far are questions collated from Nigerians that asked their questions. But we'll be bringing up questions from the comment section in the next couple of questions coming up. But Gloria, I don't know who's going to ask next. Back to you, please.
Thank you so much, Saddam. Lamine, are you ready for us with your question?
Hi, Gloria. Yes, I was born ready for today. Thank you, Your Excellency, for being part of this very engaging conversation. And thank you for joining us on Parallel Facts. My question goes thus. What's your relation? I really would like to know what your relationship is with the LP legislators, I mean, in House of Rep and Senate, because I have observed that since they won the election under the wing of Labour Party, they did not sponsor any bill. We don't see them speaking against the misgiving happening in the legislature or even in the country as a whole. And they won an election under your wing. And to be honest, it's quite disappointing that nothing really is coming from their own end and they're not engaging. So that's my question for you.
My dear, like I said, what we're doing is a process, an ongoing process. And I agree with you. I'm very close to them. Earlier I said I I interacted with them over this party issue. I met with the senators, even though 3 was not around. I met with 5. I met with House of Representative members. Out of 36 of them, I think I met 30 of them. So I'm quite close to them. I do get on with them very well. In fact, I'm going to Thanksgiving of one of them tomorrow. So I do get on well with them. I don't have any issue with them. And quite frankly, I enjoy their relationship, their respect, as well as or not. But what you continue to do when you are bringing a change is to continue to preach. Just like you did now, I'm preaching and appealing to them. It is not an easy thing. You know, when you are bringing change, it is not easy because you have for enemy all those who live off the old order and they're not sure whether you succeed. And transferring people from old order to new one. So I'm talking to them. They're beginning, they do little things. Some of them are operating under difficult circumstances. They aren't even allowing them to do anything. Because when you are in these houses, you can raise your hand and nobody will ask you question. Sorry, nobody will ask you to speak. So, and as you're talking now, it's good when I listen to you. Whenever I have opportunity of meeting them, I'll tell them the same thing. People are not happy with you people. People are not happy with this and everything. And then going forward, we will now start looking also, how do we get more robust, committed people to be elected.
I appreciate that. And we want to emphasize that this space is not just an obedient space. We welcome everyone.
Sorry, we lost Gloria.
Can you hear me?
We lost you for a minute, so please
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just saying this space is not just an obedient space. This space is open to everybody, supporters, non-supporters. Please feel free to even request the microphone. We will happily take your questions. You can drop a question in the comments as well. Just remember to keep it respectful. That's all we ask you. So if you come up here and you ask a question, just keep it respectful. And please, let's all go on and keep retweeting this space, the hashtag for all your questions. The hashtag is hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. Hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. And even if you don't have a question, put the hashtag anyway. We have to keep making our moves. Saddam, are you ready with your second question? Okay, Saddam is extremely busy behind the scenes. Okay, are you ready, Saddam? Or do you want me to come back to you later?
please take someone else, please. I'll be back.
Okay, I'll go. Your Excellency, I am very happy that you did talk about how there's hardly any political party without its issues. We've seen it in the United States, even Senegal, that the world is celebrating today. Ousmane Sonko's party, Patriots of Senegal, has had a lot of infighting within it. And they were still able, regardless of that, to make history by electing the youngest democratic president in Africa's political history, Bassirou Diomaye Faye. This is proof of the power of the people's voices. We've not heard of reports of controversies or instances of bribery during this win for Faye. And you have consistently expressed your belief that Nigeria is salvageable. contrary to what some may think. And this was evidenced in your challenge of the elections last year, even up to the Supreme Court level. Now, given Senegal's example, do you believe that Nigeria has the potential for similar transformation and renewal? And what lessons can Nigeria draw from this experience, and even Africa as a whole, Your Excellency?
Well, very easily, for what happened in Senegal, it's a very simple thing. It showed the power of the people. The people must resist. The people are the ones suffering. Those who manipulated or who manipulated, and who are still manipulating the Nigerian situation today are not the ones suffering. When we said that 185 million Nigerians does not have access to pipe-borne water, the politicians don't belong to that 185 million. And these politicians we're talking is not up to 5 million. So they are, if you say today, Nigeria is 200 million, no, we're more than 200 million. The total number of politicians, all the people who are causing this problem, should be about 5 million. About 5 million. So you're talking about 0.25%, 0.025% of the population. It's not even up to 5% of the population. So it's 25%. So how can 10 million, call even 10 million, 5% of the population, be holding the rest to ransom? Even the rest are not part of the criminality. They can dismantle it. That's what happened in Senegal. The people say no. It is not Sonko or the elected president that said no. It is the people. Because it's the people that are suffering. Today, Nigerians are borrowing money to eat. This I'm talking about those who have jobs. They're borrowing money to add to their pay pocket to be able to eat. Not to do anything, just to feed themselves. So the cost of bread, nobody buys it cheaper. The rich can buy it, the poor can't. Fuel, power. You said there's no access to power. The rich have generators. Some have two. The poor is suffering. So it is time for Nigerians to be able to say no to this criminality. And I'm sure that will happen very soon.
That was very reassuring. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Saddam, are you ready to go?
Right. Very much, Gloria. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Your Excellency. I'll just go straight to the my question. My question has to do with corruption and nepotism. This administration have been accused, or we have seen video evidence of extreme nepotism. Some people call it Lagosism, or even family through crazy, like our big brother Kenneth Okonkwo just said recently. What is your take for this? For instance, we saw how Chief Tinubu traveled with his children as officials of the government, and he even placed them before the ministers of the Federal Republic of the country in the protocol lineup. What is your take? Also, it's very, very important because this has gone under the stream. Mainstream media have not taken this part of. His son-in-law was appointed as the head of the Federal Housing Authorities. These controversies have been following the man so far. What is your take on appointment of family members into federal government positions, sir?
Well, Saddam, if you follow my politics, I hardly discuss people. Hardly. Go and check throughout the campaign. You see where even some other political presidential candidates, I don't want to call name, took it that their job is to call me name every day. They are not even campaigning. All they do is calling me name. I never one day mentioned their name. I don't call names. You could see where recently, every morning, particular somebody calls my name. That's the only thing it does on Twitter. In fact, they're not true. If I tweet that, oh, my wife did not wake up, slept late today, they will reply me. Their job is just me. I don't, because I don't believe in it. But I can tell you, Saddam, hello?
I can hear you, sir. Go on, please.
Okay. I can tell you, Saddam, all you mentioned is wrong. It is part of what we need to change today, because we can't go on with such thing. It shouldn't be. This is a country. It is not a family business. And I must be treated with respect and dignity required. That's where I see it. An appointment should be done based on competence, based on capacity and everything, and shouldn't be seen to reflect things you mentioned. And that is what I can tell anybody, and I keep saying it. I challenge anybody to go where I served, and you won't see such. However, that is the component of what we're going to do in the new Nigeria.
Thank you very much, sir. Gloria, back to you.
Thank you, Saddam. Tosin, are you ready with your question?
Yes, thank you, Gloria. His Excellency, my question revolves around the Binance executives accused of financing terrorism in Nigeria. The federal government told Nigerians that one of them mysteriously escaped from a well-secured prison in Nigeria. And some have described this as an indictment on our security. Your Excellency, please, what's your take?
Well, again, you have actually answered it. Is an indictment on our security system. But I'm even wondering how a non-Nigeria was able to leave Nigeria. There's been a lot of speculations of how he left, which to me is very, very, very worrisome, because there's so many Nigerians who are held in similar captivity who couldn't even escape. So I wonder how the foreigner was able to do it. That's just my comment. And these are things we must. If a foreigner comes here and commits a crime, just like they do with Nigerians all over the world, we should be able to say our country is not a place where criminality should be allowed to thrive. Nigerians who committed crime all over the world are held and punished properly. Similar things should happen to foreigners who are coming here and going against our rules and regulations, committing acts of crime. In fact, the law should be more stringent on them to show that we cannot be taken for granted. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Guys, we're well over 9,000 people tuned in, and we need more retweets. Go on and retweet the space. Go on and put that hashtag out there, Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. Mommy Bolanle, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Your Excellency, before I ask the question, to give some context, there is a report that was recently launched here in the UK by PSG UK. They work in Nigeria on insecurity and education in Nigeria, the context and challenges. I would like to send that to you, sir, because it gives really good information, data, and solutions. And I wonder if you let me know via Saddam how you want me to send it. Right. My question itself.
I'll be very glad to. I'll be glad to have it.
Awesome. Right. So, sir, my question is this. I have noticed that during your tour of Nigeria, you visited a lot of educational institutions. I know that you are very clear about the role that education plays in lifting people out of poverty. However, 1 in 5 out of school children in the world come from Nigeria. And of the 20.2 million out of school children in Nigeria currently, 66% come from the Northeast and Northwest. Sir, what do you suggest should be done at state level to tackle this problem?
You know, out of school children problem in Nigeria is very solvable. When I say this, I say it with every sense of responsibility. It's because we have not recognized the impact of education on development. You know, in Nigeria, all you need to do if you're in government is to run around, make noise, bribe some people, they help you to make louder noise. You're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this. But if you're looking for measurable, visible criteria for development, if you're looking for factors that can help your country develop, number 1 revolves around education, basic education, basic education. And that Nigeria can finance comfortably. Nigeria can finance that comfortably. The schools, just the schools in the north, pulling those kids out of school, which is critical now, because it's those who didn't educate yesterday that's the part of the problem we are facing now. Those who didn't pull out of poverty yesterday is part of the problem we are facing now. So educating the young ones have now become critical. Especially as you've seen studies after studies showing that the more educated a country is, the better the development. There's no reason why we should not throw all these billions all these billions we're wasting in doing things we shouldn't be doing into education. Nigeria today is wasting several resources on things that have no contribution to development, while abandoning education, abandoning pulling people out of poverty, which is the education, abandoning health, which is the education. So we need to do more. We have the resources to deal with that issue.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. And I just want to address something. I'm getting a lot of tweets where people are saying they want to hear other speakers. So the way it works, if you're familiar with our spaces, the way it works, this is being organized by Parallel Facts. So we have a panel of people who ask PO some questions. We have to touch on some very, very important aspects of the situation of things in Nigeria. Not that your questions are not important. And then after we do that, we bring people up and then they ask questions. And then we're done asking questions. Okay? I promise you, I know we're all eager to speak with PO. We will speak with him, I promise you, okay? Thank you so much for your patience. All right, Malam Jabir, are you ready?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please?
Can you hear Malam Jabir?
Yes.
All right, sir. My question is, sir, looking at the current situation in the country, how many politicians making the use of young people, especially when it is time for politics, immediately after politics, they use and dump them. So, sir, how do you intend to mentor the next generation of obedient leaders? Do you intend to write a book or what the obedient ideal are, or do you have any plan for that? Because we cannot be going like this. We need something that will be guiding us. So from that, we can have a prosperous Nigeria where every citizen will be proud of being a Nigerian, not that the current Nigeria that only few cycle of people that are benefiting. So what do you have for the young people that will be looking at us, their guide? Thank you.
Well, my take is very simple. It isn't about writing book or about doing this. That's exactly what we're doing today. That's exactly what the obedient group intend to do. To be able to actually, and that's why we need to organize ourselves properly, to be able to actually start what we can call citizens engagement, especially a young age, to educate them on the need to know that they will be the biggest loser if the situation continues as it is today. Because those of us who are doing whatever we're doing today are on our way out. Those who are going to lose are you people. If you look at some of the bonds we're issuing today, the monies we're borrowing, they are payable in 2036, 2040, 2045, 2050. We're not going to be there. You are the ones who are going to pay it. So the earlier you stop us, the earlier you do what is necessary to ensure that we have a better leadership than we have today in Nigeria. And I'm not saying any particular government, but have people who, I'm not saying any particular person, have people who overall are doing the right thing. The country today as a vehicle. And that is what you're seeing, whether it's in government, in various political parties. So the nation as a whole, as a country today, as a vehicle, is being driven by drivers that have since passed their destination. And you know, when somebody passes his destination, all he will be trying to do is to drive the whole thing back to where it is. So you people should be able to say no. That's what the Senegalese did. Because you're going to be the greatest loser. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pio, for that beautiful answer. Again, the hashtag is Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. Again, that hashtag is Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. Ms. Pearls, are you ready with your question?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for your intellectual responses to the questions here. So there has been series of propaganda on the collapse of the dollars against the naira, and the government expects Nigerians to celebrate naira selling at about 1,500 to $1, when this has not actually in any shape or form affected the extremely high prices of commodities, especially food in Nigeria. So, Your Excellency, with your vast knowledge on economy, is it really worth celebrating the dollars at 1,500 to $1? And why do you think the drop in dollars hasn't affected the price of commodities in Nigeria?
Well, we need to wait and see what I mentioned before when they started what they're doing that brought the dollar exchange rate where naira becomes stronger. It's a simple thing. What the CBN did was to mop up the naira in the system, increase, of course, the interest rates, which in turn affected the liquidity. Without liquidity in the system, banks are not borrowing money. So there's no naira to be able to borrow and buy dollars. It's just that simple. However, the consequence is that the manufacturers, the real sector, cannot borrow money at the rate where it is now, rate of over 30, 40, some are charging now as well as 40%. So nobody can borrow money today at 30, 40% and do business with it and be able to pay back. And again, the price of goods can't come down because what you've done simply is that you've said, okay, I'm going to remove liquidity in the system because I'm going to control inflation and control brings rate of exchange down, but have a high interest cost, which manufacturers now are going to pass on to the people because they're not going to absorb it. And the consequence of no naira availability is that people, there's no low purchasing power available. So they can't even buy the goods. So there's a lot happening that I believe down the line, this is me, it might actually be worse than what we are trying to prevent. Because companies are going to collapse. More people will lose their job. Because the borrowing cost today is high. The only way to deal with dollar issue is to find ways of increasing supply. Temporarily, it might require you to borrow. Borrow and finance dollar-related businesses because they're going to borrow and use it maybe through the banking system, through this, to support businesses that can generate more dollars. Be able to go out and deal with your sources of earning foreign currency, like oil. Long-term, support production for export. This might work better than what we're doing today. But, you know, in economics, we use all things being equal. We're not certain. But I can tell you, today, things are still tough for Nigerians.
Thank you so much. We love when you break it down, especially with your economic background and prowess. So that was extremely helpful. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. All right, so we're going to take two more from the speakers and then we'll bring speakers up. I told you we're getting there. But in the meantime, again, we have so many people tuned in now, but our retweets are not reflecting that. So we're asking you, please retweet this space, retweet it, share it with somebody. Don't forget the hashtag Peter OB on Parallel Facts. Just put out the hashtag for whatever it's worth. Let's let the world know that His Excellency is here speaking with us. All right, well-meaning, we're ready for your next question, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gloria. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Obi. You know, earlier you said that, you know, there are two people that their job is to call you every morning on Twitter. I think I know those two people. I probably even know more. It's what happens when people are becoming president at 44, why some people are pretty jobless on Twitter. It's understandable. My next question, again, is going to be bringing it home. I'm glad you've talked about long-term plans, the Obidient movement, structuring the movement. You've also talked about, you know, having to try to change Labour Party, and you will use a biblical reference. So pretty much my next question is, in the immediate short term, if you have like some specific things that you would want, because we want, you know, some form of direction immediate that you would want the Obidient to do. Take, for example, you have been touring the country, especially in the north, drilling boreholes, for example. If, for example, that's something you want to say, okay, Obidient, these are the kind of things I want you to join me in to do this kind of project on your own and all that, or any other thing, just generally, you know, an opportunity to call on Obedience to join you, to do whatever you're doing or what you want them to do and give some sense of direction. Thank you, sir.
Well, you know, like I said before, first that we need to organize ourselves. I wouldn't want them to commit them on saying, even come and do this or raise money and do this. Because quite frankly, there's a lot of learning and the experience we had with our last outing. I can tell you that every day you're hearing of money collected by one person or the other, which sadly was not utilized for the purpose. Individually, I encourage people to do whatever you can do to help today. Our people are going through difficult time. We're going through difficult time. Our people are hungry. People are hungry. So it is important that anybody who can do anything to help, it will go a long way. I said it in my tweets. We are now one of the hungriest countries of the world. We are 109 out of 125 measured. So we are among the worst 20. So you can imagine what it is. You see me tweet where I said Ukraine that is at war is now giving us grain free. And both UNICEF and every organization is now saying it will get worse. So whatever you can do, like I'm doing, please do. Do not wait even for me. Do whatever is possible.
Please go on and show us.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you. Wow. That was a wonderful interview by His Excellency, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi, right there. Wow. Almost 4 hours, 3 hours something, but still, that was a wonderful one. Thank you, my wonderful people. I can see you all right there. Thanks for your time. We all are still fighting how Nigeria can be better in our time. So if you know that you're listening to everything that Mr. Peter will be talk about and you want to talk about it, I think I'm going to post out a link now so that we can briefly talk about this together if you want. Or should we post out a link or should we just talk about this tomorrow? Okay, let me see some comments on the comment section. Should we talk about it tonight or should we talk about it tomorrow? Please let us know on the comment section so we take it from there. Should we talk about it tonight or tomorrow? Let me see. Okay, nobody's responding. I've not seen anything. Okay, somebody say tomorrow. Okay. Michael, let's talk about it. We can talk briefly. Madam Nena, okay. Take only calls. Okay. Today. All right. Yeah, briefly will be nice. Briefly, I think that will be very, very nice. Let's do that one together. Let me post out a link. For those of you that want to join the panel, just click on the link. Let's do few minutes so we can round up. Tomorrow we can expatiate much better. Okay, I've posted out a link. Click on the link, join us here, and let's talk about everything. If you know you listen to Mr. Peter Obi, any point area that you know you want to talk about, come in and let's quickly talk about this. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Please help us to press on the like button because I noticed that the like was not really encouraging right there. Let's do this. I can see the screen is almost full already. I think say people don't sleep. I don't know, so I never sleep. Eh? All right. Anyway, let me quickly start with the first person. All right, let me put people in. I get my brother for panel today. Oh, F. Emmanuel in the building. I don't miss you, Taya. All right. Mr. Jonathan Kisley is coming in as well. Thank you very much, my wonderful people. I appreciate you all for your time with us. Let's quickly take it from here. All right, let me accept you people in. Bill, I say the screen already almost full. Just one more person to go, then we are done. Okay, thank you very much, my people. How on a day today, my wonderful people? I appreciate you all. Okay, tell us what is your take? What is your take on this? Let me start with the first person. Let's do for 5 minutes quickly. First, give us a mandate. You're the first on the panel, my brother. Good evening to you. I better tell us what do you think about the interview and which area are you going to talk about? Oh, we can't hear you. Give us a mandate. Your audio does start again. If like say Oga CM allocate this network and audio situation for you because I ain't be they get this issue that year. You know they get time again. Now you got the almost all the time not getting this audio issue. But nevertheless, I'd like us to move on. Madam Nena, it's good to have you on the panel. Thank you very much, man. Please talk to us. Good evening to you. 5 minutes. What is your take and which area do you want to talk about?
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Elvis. Good evening. Oh my God, I listened like so glad I was able to listen to this thing. Keenly from beginning, I can't believe it. Thank you so much, Mr. Elvis, for this opportunity to be able to listen to this because most of us wouldn't have even known that something like that was going on except for you. That's why we appreciate this panel a lot, this network a lot. God bless you so much. Thank you, everyone on here. It's so
Please,
refreshing.
Madam Nena, sorry, I have to stop you. We have Elvis Uzoma on the backstage. Please, it's your first time on this panel. Please turn on your camera for us to see whoever that is back of who is behind that name. Elvis Uzoma, if you're hearing me. Madam Nena, please go ahead. I'll handle it from there. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, your service. All protocols are duly observed. Oh my God, I feel like it's really very, very refreshing to hear from Mr. Peter Obi. Honestly speaking, you know, it feels so refreshing to hear from him. And you see when this man talks, you see a man who is honest, sincere, down to earth, and you know, as
You
transparent
can
as
turn it off now. You can turn your camera off now. Sorry, Madam Nena. I'm so sorry.
yeah, it's okay.
Go ahead, Madam Nena.
Yeah, so yeah, you can see a man who is transparent in, you know, in as transparent as anyone can be. So if it really feels so, it gives, for me, it's so reassuring, and it's so you know, it gives you this feeling that I'm not making a mistake following this person. You know, a man who is sincere to the core. I like the way he handled the issue of whatever that is going on in Labour Party right now. I like the way, you know, he didn't come out rightly to say I condemn everything and I'm stepping out or whatever, but at least he gave this impression that he will do what it takes to fix whatever that is wrong. But if at the end of the day it gets so much that, you know, Abure and his cohorts, you know, are bent on leading Labour Party to wherever they are planning, that we at this point in time we don't know where they're planning to lead it to. You know, he makes it very clear. But he's Peter Obi is a man of few words, and he's a man of integrity. And one of the things that makes a person, for me, a person of integrity is someone who is very careful not to, you know, have his words ensnare him. And that is one thing I found out about him. He's so one man that is very careful when he chooses his words carefully. He chooses his word correctly, so that at the end of the day, you will have nothing to pin him down with. So at the end of the day, he gives the assurance. Of course, that is what any person should do. Try to fix whatever that is fixable. But at the end of the day, if you realize that, I mean, people you're trying to lead, you know, to where they ought to be, he doesn't want to be led. I mean, there's nothing wrong in him. So if at the end of the day he comes out tomorrow to tell us, oh, I'm leaving Labour Party or I'm sticking to Labour Party, we can understand that he may have resolved whatever is going on, or he may have tried and it was not resolved. So I like that aspect of him. He shows maturity, shows a man who has his head, you know, in the right direction. So that is just my own personal assessment of him. But there's one thing that Peter B really said when he was talking that touched me. This man said that if people know what I'm going through with the government, you would ask me why I've not come to the street to scream. That part really touched me. Like, it really touched me. And when he said it, I'm like, wow. So you see that most time when we keep screaming, oh, why is Peter not talking? Why is Peter not doing the you people can understand that this man is going through. You can imagine what we are going through that are not directly involved. You can imagine the kind of thing that this man is going through. When he made that comment, honestly speaking, it really touched me. It hit me to my bone. I'm like, wow. Like, and he still goes around with this smile, goes around with this strength and this vigor, going to places without even, having people with machine guns around him protecting him. You see, honestly speaking, this man is a rare gem. That is just my own. That is a rare gem. So in a nutshell, hearing from him, it gives me the reassurance. At this point in time, we keep fingers crossed, hoping that something sensible will come out of this Abure and his cohorts. But at the end of the day, just like Kenneth Okonkwo said, wherever P2B goes, I go. That is just where I am at this point.
Thank you.
That is just where I am. Thank you so much, Mr. Davis. God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you, Madam Nena.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes. Give us a mandate.
Mr. Elvis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead. Give us a mandate with your 5 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time. Thank you for doing this. I mean, it's been a long day listening to Mr. Peter Gregory B, and then still giving the time to actually speak. It shows the dedication to the country, and then the fact that the nation had to move forward regardless of what is going on. Thank you very much. Greetings to the panelists, and then to comment session greetings. Greetings to Mummy Diaspora, Boise, Madam Marine Finance. Greetings to everyone in the comment section. Thank you all for doing this. I mean, there are leaders and there are leaders. There are leaders and there are leaders. Countries don't just run by themselves. It takes leaders to run countries. Leaders with vision, leaders with compassion, leaders with character, leaders with empathy, leaders with charisma. Nations don't just run on their own. It takes leaders to run nations. It takes leaders with empathy, leaders that are compassionate about the people, regardless of how much they have in their bank account. And that is what you see play out in the man called President Peter Gregory Obi. I mean, it was Ryeko again today that he won the election, but the Nigerian factor. There is no part of the speech today, the questions, the speech, that you can ask question on. Everything was just on point. Very calm, cool, and collected. If this man was in America, if he's an American citizen, for example, he will be one of the top people in America. If Peter Obi was born in Ghana and is displaying what is displaying today in Nigeria, Peter Obi will be one of the leading factor in Ghana. So there is nowhere you put Peter Gregory Obi in the world that does not fit in. I mean, he said it in UK. He started a business that now runs in the millions of pounds. You know what it means for a Nigerian to start a business in UK, and then that business is running in pounds, in millions of pounds. That is the person that the criminals will not allow to be the president of the country. And he said something that is very, very salient. Nigerians, you are the one to take your country by yourself. Senegalese did not call for external forces to come and help them. No. The youth in Senegal, they all trooped out and fought against the power that be and said, no, you cannot go this way. This guy won the election. He had to be declared as the president. And you know what he said? That is very profound. All the monies that these old men are borrowing now, they are payable in 2030 something, 2040 something. If Nigerians don't take that to home and probably start tomorrow by doing something against the evil government today, then Nigerians have not started. That it should be taken home. The money they are borrowing today, he said the money we are borrowing, include himself into it, even though he's not part of them. He said the money they are borrowing today is not payable tomorrow or next tomorrow. They are payable in 2030 something, 2040 something. That means they would have gone. And the coming generation is paying that debt. Nigerian youth, what did you take home from Mr. Peter Gregory Obi's statements today? The Senegalese did not call for external force to come and help them. No, they trooped to the streets and they took their country by themselves. You saying that Peter Obi would have told us to go and protest. No, he will not tell you. He has told you again today on Parallel Facts that Nigerians and Nigerians youth in particular needs to take their country. Countries don't run on criminalities. Countries don't thrive on corruption. Countries don't thrive on lack of vision. Countries thrive on empathy by the leaders. Countries thrive on compassion from the leaders. Countries thrive on integrity. Countries thrive on humanity. Countries thrive on people that are willing to change the things that have probably put the country in quagmire. Abraham Lincoln stood for America, and America is where it is today. There is a man called Martin Luther King
Okay.
Jr. He said, I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream. I have a dream.
Thank you.
Although Martin Luther King may not be alive today, but the world is enjoying. That's why someone like me can drive anyhow in America, can drive anywhere in America, can live anywhere I choose to live in America because somebody had a dream and
Thank
fought.
you.
So we have many of us. So Nigerians, take to heart the money they are borrowing is not payable tomorrow. It's not payable next tomorrow. They are payable in about 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now. You and I will pay that money by default. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Give us a mandate. I appreciate you, my brother. Okay, we have a new person on the panel, which I'd like to prioritize first. Callers, as you all know that we don't take calls after 10, but today I will take 10 calls. It doesn't matter if it's over 10 p.m. I'm still going to take the calls, but let this person speak first. Elvis Uzoma, thank you very much for joining us. Please tell us where you're joining us from. Unmute yourself, Elvis Uzoma. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Okay.
Good
Thank you,
evening.
sir.
Can you hear me?
Good evening to you. Yes, I can hear you. Where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from UK.
From UK. Wonderful. You have 5 minutes. Please talk to us. I guess you listen to Mr. Peter Obi, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I joined very late. Because I had
Okay.
a news
Talk
edit.
to us.
I couldn't meet up. So, well, it's good. There's not much thing to say there because what we know that my brother, my sister has spoken, I've finished everything. So, the only thing that we believe, myself, I believe that what is happening in Nigeria is a revelation. At least what happened 2023 and people enjoying Tinubu regime. We tell them what they are going to see in 2027. If they want good Nigeria, is left for them. If they want bad Nigeria, is left for them. So the white and black is there for them to choose. So if anywhere they want to go, let them go because 2023, I left wherever I'm doing UK, came back to Nigeria, spent a month and to campaign for P2B, tell them what we are going to see. I spent my money for them to be okay, not for me, because where I am is okay, rather than Nigeria. If I let whatever I'm doing to come back, make sure to feast, because there's one thing P2B always say, there's no place it's like your home. I don't have any other country except that Nigeria. So that pushed me to leave whatever I'm doing to come back and feast my home. Because if someone can feast his home and enjoying the home, at my old age, I'm not going to die here. I'm coming back to my home. So if I didn't feast my home, I'm coming back to meet it, mess up. So, but they didn't believe. But thank God, whatever the hardship they are facing in Nigeria, they cost it 2027. Let them know what to do. Let them follow the right path. Because I believe that anything that is happening, God knows. God wants to show us what we missed. So He will give us another opportunity 2027. If they want, let them go. That's mine. But left for me, if P2B is coming out 2027, myself, I will still come back. Wherever he goes, I'm there. If he says he's not coming back, I'm not coming back. If he says he's coming out, I'm coming out. That's what I have. So God will strengthen all of you for the better Nigeria. I believe that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis Uzoma. This is your first time on the panel, right?
Yeah, this is my first time here.
How long have you been following Niger Watch Media?
Since after the election. After the election, I started following him immediately.
Wonderful.
Because that is where I
Would
most
like to
time
have
every night.
Yes, we would like to hear more of your voice, in the future. Please, whenever you have the time, always join the panel because, this is a collective effort here. So don't think that there's one special person on the panel that is choosing to speak on the issue that is affecting us in Nigeria. You are part of it, so you need to join us once in a while when you have the time, like you just did now, so that you can put in your voice. Okay.
No problem. No problem. Thank you
Thank you
for
very
that.
much, sir. God bless
No
you.
problem.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Let me take four calls, four callers right now before I will come to the next person, which is Mazin Prince. So I'll start with Law of God is my strength. Good evening to you, man. Thanks for calling in. You have only 2
Thank you,
minutes.
Nadia.
2 minutes, man. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
2 minutes. It's small, but I will try. I'll try.
Yes,
Good
yes.
evening, everyone on the
Thank you.
panel and comment section. I'll try. I just want to say, Mr. Peter Obi is a great man. I was opportune to meet him 2022 here. And, when you meet this man, the way you see him, that's the way he is. I remember we want to have a picture with him. And everybody on that line, they were very tall, more than me. And I was standing in the corner. Mr. Peter Obi left where he was standing. And he came to take me from that corner and put me near to him. Because everybody were going to have me. They will not see me because we are tall people. So he came pick me from where I am and brought me near him to take picture with him. He's a very great man. And I just want us, while I'm calling, I don't want to say anything because I was really blessed. I want us to pray for him. This man is going through a lot that we are not seeing. And everybody will be saying they've not heard Peter Obi, he has not said anything. The man is bottling a lot of things in. If he has not told us what he said today about what he's going through in these people's hand in Nigeria, I think they see that the grace of God is on this man, and they know that this man is pulling crowd. My own prayer is that we should, if we really want Peter Obi to be our president, we should be fighting for the electoral law, the reform. The reform must be done so that everything will be settled and there will not be any cheating. We'll go there, vote, and then we can get our money into Asoro. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mother Love God is my strength. That was wonderful in a short space. Okay, I would like to quickly pick another call here. Okay, we don't have anybody calling in at the moment. Mazi Priest, thank you very much, sir, for your time with us on the panel. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. What's your take on Peter Obi's appearance?
Yeah, Mr. Elvis and Mommy Diaspora and other people on the panel. It is our afternoon here, so pretty much good afternoon, everyone. For me, like I said, I think Madam Nena have already spoken my mind, followed by give us our mandate. But to me, the one that really touched me most was when he talked about the fact that, his position about the Labour Party. It goes a long way to clarify the doubts in people's mind because if we observe, you see that people like Buala and Rino Omokri are everywhere every day on Twitter talking about things that are not real. Especially when Buala talked about him going to SDP with El Rufai and all that kind of a thing. That's to show you the kind of people we have. I really want to thank him. That man is really going through a lot, and I know that the government or whatever it is, what they are putting, towards him. But the fact is this: the people are solidly behind him. For some of us talking about if he agreed to run in 2027 or not, for me that is not important. To me, more, the important thing is that he's there and he's a role model. Yeah, that's all I can say for now. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Mazi Praise, thank you very much, sir. Thanks for your submission. God bless you, sir. Let me move on to the next person. Oga F. Emmanuel, it's good to have you on the show. Good evening to you, sir. It's been a while. Please talk to us. Okay, Oga F. Emmanuel, you're not available because we can't hear you at all. You are not.
You know the one talking about, the bigger one, right?
Yes, because I want to.
Go manage
Oga
this
F.
one
Emmanuel.
Anyway, I want to sit and back.
I have to mute you. You are talking to somebody in your living room there. Okay. Mr. Jonathan, please talk to us. Good evening to you. It's good to have you on the show.
Hello, Mr. Elvis. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Please talk to us. You have 5 minutes.
Yeah, thank you. Greetings to everyone, all the panelists, those that are listening. Welcome. I just want to say that it was a good conversation, a great one, I would say, conversation. Setting the record straight when it started, Mr. Peter Obi, because there has been this idea or this notion, people parade all over the place. What's Mr. Peter Obi doing? You know, crisscrossing the country, going all over the place. It clarifies it again that it is not about politics. Politicians that will just pop up 1 year, 8 months to election, and then they want to come and lord themselves over the people. So that's not the case. So what he's doing right now is in the right direction. That is what a politician does. That's what true opposition does. And I give that to him. You know. The other thing that stood out for me clearly was that he laid to rest the idea of coalition or alliance completely. That there is nothing like that. It's all distraction. And I believe, you know, that has been stated on this platform, you know, severally. It's all about distraction. That there is nothing like that. So that was today permanently laid to rest. Is a strategy of the opposition, of these disoriented satanic people trying to disorganize the party. That is their plan. That is their focus. But today it came out clearly and laid that to rest. So whenever that topic comes out again, we should be mindful not to waste our time on it at all. Because we all know, until such time when the contrary becomes the case. But for now, it is all distraction. So we should just focus. And I like the idea of a simple definition of what obedience is. And that was at his conclusion, the last question that was asked. You know, it clarified that as well. You know, what obedience is simply about if people that are looking for good governance in Nigeria, so that we know that what we're doing, what we're following, the movement that we're into is baseless. It has no direction. No, it has. It's all about good governance. That's what we're looking for in Nigeria. Of course, there are 1 or 2 areas that I would have, loved to hear further clarity. For me, maybe if time permits, in subsequent broadcasts, one can put that out there. That is in the area of this chaos or crisis in the Labour Party. The question was asked, and he answered the question that with respect to financial, mismanagement and resources of Labour Party, and he answered it very briefly that a reputable auditing firm has been contracted or engaged to look into the books of this thing. So I would have loved him to clarify, to give us real clearance on that this is the specific time that this will be completed. It's not just a blank check in perpetuity. Is it in 6 months? Is it in 3 months? Is it in 9? I would have loved to hear that from him. And that's the reason why, because of time, I would just want to add this going forward. That's my own personal opinion. For the Parallel Fat group, they are doing a fantastic job. God bless them. I will want to suggest to them
that going forward, subsequent engagement like this with Mr. Gregory Obi, they should coordinate with other platforms as well so that people can come. Because I have about 10 areas. And as the session was going on, I was waiting whether all these areas will be covered. And gladly, I think about 7 of the 10 were covered, leaving 3. So that is why it will have been so good if other platforms were engaged as well, so that you can people can opt in from other platforms and ask questions, so that this will be complete, to be all encompassing, because this is opportunity for us to bring it all out and to hear from our principal, Mr. Peter Gregory. But all in all, it was a brilliant session. And finally, it also clarified so that there will be no ambiguity at all, because that is one thing that Nigerian politicians till today they use to marginalize, to discriminate, and to bring Nigerians down. Ambiguity. They are never clear. But he was very clear on the matter of constitutional reform. Clearly, he said, I will do it. You can't clarify it more than that.
Okay.
I will do it.
Thank you.
If he's president.
Thank you, Mr.
So all in all, it was a brilliant session. And I again, I want to thank Mr. Peter Gregory Obi and those that organized the session. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let me take this call quickly before I come to the next person on the panel. Madam Tammy, please, I'm returning your call quickly so that you can speak. 2 minutes, callers. I'm only going to take 2 minutes. Mr. Shimeze, you were calling in as well. Please, you can start calling back now because I'm going to take 2 calls or 4. Thank you very much, man. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. You have 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes.
I greet and 1 minute. I greet all the panelists there. Thank you for calling me back. I am so happy. You can see my smile here. I'm so happy, so happy. You know, when you have somebody like His Excellency Peter Obi, he's a man with full of wisdom. He's a man that gather. He's not a man that scatter. Whether you are black or white or whatever, he's a man that gather. I just love what he told us today. In short, I am so overwhelmed. I know that those criminals, they are the ones that want to scatter. That's why all what is happening. I said their plan will never work. And please, I'm begging every one of us, let us always put our president into our prayers. Please, because I know he's going through a lot. Before he even say, me, I know, please let us be putting him in prayer. God will be with him. He's a father. He's a father. He's a man God sent to us to come and revive our Nigeria. And he's going to revive it. We're going to take it from them. This one that he told us and what has happened in Senegal has opened our eyes. All of us, we should be ready. 2027, before that time, we should be ready, because before 2027, people will die finish this economy. But thank you so much for giving me this time. I'm so happy that I had the voice of my president.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night, man. All right. Mr. Shimeze, let me return your call quickly so that you can give your submission. If you're not there, okay, Mr. Shimeze, thanks, sir, for calling in. Good evening to you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. 2 minutes.
I greet everyone. Thank you for calling me back. Yeah, man, Peter Obi is a genuine man. In fact, I flip up today, man. No matter the network was disturbing, it was cracking on my side. I said, I don't know what is happening. But say, Peter Obi, you are real. In fact, by His grace, you will govern Nigeria, because He have Nigeria in your heart. You have it in your heart. So Nigerians, we need to support this man. The Obidients, we need to support him. We need to be on his side, when you plant something, and you put sand on your plant. That's how we're gonna, be on Obi's side. In fact, he is really that excellency. Not anyhow. Not all those ones stealing money. in various places. Look at his genuineness speaking. How many people, how many governor or how many so-called politicians will come out on this platform answering a question and answering? No one. Okay, the way he's doing is good. This is how after Trump after the last election.
All right, you only have 2 minutes, sir.
The 2 months, two months, Trump now started again. They're moving around. The way Peter Obi is moving, that's the way a good person that have good intention for his people supposed to do. I appreciate him. I adore him.
Thank you.
And again,
thank you. No, your 2 minutes is up, sir.
Wait, please. I want to tell you something. Mr. Pansa owe you apology about what he did in this platform. He owe Niger Watch apology and he owe Mr. Avis apology. Thank you. Bye-bye.
God bless you, sir, for being a truthful person. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys callers. You know, yes, you see, I'm always happy when I see this kind of people who come out straight to acknowledge our work here and say it how it is, regardless of where you are from or whatever. You know, Peter Obi mentioned something today. Apart from Pansa needs to apologize to me or the platform and all that. If he wants to, it's up to him. If he don't want to, it's up to him. But the truth of the matter is, everything that I've talked about on this platform, most of the things, when I see the people that I look up to talking about it, I'm always happy. Look at Mr. Kenneth Okoko coming out today to call out Julius Abure. And this is the same Julius Abure I was saying, resign. People were attacking me here. Who are you to tell Julius to resign? Pastors were telling me, Julius Abure is bigger than everybody and all that, blah, blah, blah. But listen, guys, I don't know if you guys also noticed that something that I've been calling for, on this platform, Peter Obi mentioned it today. I was happy. Maybe some of them are here, but I don't forget. Me not feel forget because I mean they talk all the time. Remember, on this platform, is so many times I've said that presidency shouldn't be more than 4 years. It should be 2 years or a maximum of 4 years. How many of you know? Remember that I've advocated for that in this platform. Peter will be talking today, say presidency shouldn't be more than 5 years. Even use 1 year to pity them, put join my own. I was so happy. So at least with they talk, say, I don't know how I want to put on. Maybe because say we never reach the level of the Peter Obi and many others that you and I look up to. So people might just look down on your statement or your speech on this platform. Listen, guys, we are not joking here. I and my wonderful panelists, we are not joking here. We might say something that might not align. Now, there our sense just still rich. But in most cases, things that we talk about here always align with what we want in Nigeria. Normally, presidency shouldn't be more than 4 years. 4 years, straight 4 years tenure. After that, get out. Let somebody else come in. Yes, I was so happy today when Peter Obi mentioned him. I was thinking that maybe somebody go give me that credit for comment section. Nobody even noticed himself. Now everybody does say yes, I hear him. Oh, no, they give me the credit now. If you hear him, may you tell me myself first. Say they make me happy. I'll still dance more. Say at least somebody hear him. Give me the credit. It gives me courage to do more. I value that credit past money, past super chats. If you put 100,000 naira or $1,000 from my account now, you don't give me the credit, the organic credit. Waiting me don't talk already. Someone like Peter Obi that you and I, everybody is looking up to, can't talk him. Should I not say that Peter Obi not here Yeram or anywhere Yeram or for Ibrahim come or anywhere? At least it tallied with what I've been advocating for. Thank you very much, my people. Let me call on the next person to speak to us. Ogatun, thank you, sir, for joining us. You have 5 minutes. Good evening to you. Okay, Ogato, let me come back to you. You're not answering. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. Please.
Okay.
Hold on, Mr. Tune. I already pick a call.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Mr. F.
Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you, sir, for calling
Yeah,
in.
good
You have
evening,
2 minutes. Go ahead. Thank you.
Well done, sir. Sir, I want to first and foremost and thank you.
Raise your voice. Raise your voice, please.
Okay, I want to thank Nigeria World family, Nigeria World supporter. It couldn't mean when they talk so Mr. Tobore. So, sir, this man, not be ordinary person, no. I have to be honest to you. It's just now. It's sure this man are God sent. This man are God sent, not be ordinary person. You know what it shocked me past for audio issue, for audio question where everybody ask him for that panel. He answer audio question. If I tell you, sir, the thing shocked me. I swear to God who made me. The thing shocked me. The man a really great person. And I get the hope, say, man, this man, he will become our president. It's just matter of time. Then I want to when you praise our panelists just now. So I beg, see the adult Nigeria will support our join the issue, the support, because we see that, you see by now I never sleep. Most time I go day work. You get one day safe because of this platform. My boss, they be don't correct me, but I let them understand, say my country is messed up. I know say they carry everybody along. The adult journalists,
Okay.
please.
Thank you.
I know say they don't.
Thank you.
Nigeria will support her. All of us, we are the same.
Thank you.
Struggle.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
God bless you, my brother. Thank you. Okay, before I come back to Ogatun again, I see somebody comment just something just now, maybe that Charles or something. You said I don't lose your comment now. Okay, Charles, you said Elvis, your Shakara want too much now. GAG said it over 8 years ago. You see, these are the kind of people that I'm saying that can never encourage you. They are here, to kill down your enthusiasm. It be like say your Peking come house pass, saying get first class. You tell your pikin, say, please go to the kitchen and wash the plate for me. People have been passing their exam before you were born. That's what you just did to me now. Because me don't know when GAG talk am. Me, they tell you, say me, they talk all the time for this platform. And I say, they happy in the midst of say me, they happy. Instead of you to join me, say, you try. You are not bringing history. That's what you are doing now. Human beings. Anyway, when we don't encourage ourselves, we are not going anywhere. I've said it before. None of us is going anywhere. This division of fighting each other will just continue. You will die. Everybody will die. Our children will continue. We must learn to encourage ourselves. The words of mouths are so powerful. Say it, encourage people to do more. That's all. It's the most important thing in life. Thank you. Your wife, they cook for kitchen. Go meet her for that kitchen. Use hand, they rub it back. Tell her, say, thank you, honey. I will forever cherish you. That whenever you tell her, give me go cook or anything, she will go extra miles to do for you. Say she don't serve you the food, you can't shout like dog. You supposed to serve my food since 6 p.m. So it's now 7:45. You now be shouting like dog, like a madman. Wives like that, you lose. You lose her. That's it. Your husband put in all the effort to make sure that he provides for the family. As a wife, you just take the money and that's it. There's nothing like, honey, thank you so much. God will bless you. How many women pray for their husband when their husband is going to work? How many? This little encouragement is even more than money. But you are challenging with me now. Say somebody don't talk for your family. Your family member don't talk. Mr. Elvis, don't worry. Come on for there. Your grandpapa will die. 90 don't talk. You see your life? This is what we see in life. Encouragement. Now your money will ask you now. Just say, oh, Mr. Elvis, yeah, you said it. God bless you. Like your mate who did the same comment section. Talk calm. That's all. Just give little tea I ask from you now. You said no, lie. I'm not going to ever give out to you. Lie. Instead of you to give it to me, you prefer to die. Human beings. Anyway, Peter, I'll be talking your stance. If you
Mr.
people know what
Mr.
I'm
F is
passing
not.
through,
I'm sorry if it's
yes,
not
ma'am.
mind that person. What people don't understand is that it's possible that somebody else might have said it before, but you did not hear it because people have
Exactly.
a lot of people have different ideas about some certain things, but probably you've not heard it before and you have the same idea as that individual. Nobody is a sole custodian of an idea. So that's
Exactly.
unfortunate about the person who made that comment. You know, maybe he heard it somewhere before, but you did not hear it. But you are also, sometimes when you go to a place, somebody will say something, say, "Oh, you just said what is in my mind." That's how life is.
Exactly. That's
But I
it.
don't know why that
Thank
person
you.
is making that comment. It doesn't make
No,
any
now
sense.
so they be. Mandanena, don't be surprised. We have we have 932 people watching us now across. Inside that 932, I can tell you that a minimum of 20% of that 932 people that is watching us right now are enemies. But they are addicted to our channel. They cannot wait listening to our panelists, listening to our voice, but they don't like us. They just cannot just do without the channel. Maybe this guy is part of them. That's why I make example. Your picky pass. Say, Daddy, I got first class today. Say, come on, get out. Go and meet your mother upstairs. Now you start to the get first class. That's what you just did. And meanwhile, to round up, anything where you talk for this life, person don't talk them, even before you were born and all that. Maybe as Madanena talk and maybe you never still were carriage there. That's all. But for me, I've advocated it on this platform not once, not twice, more than 15, 20 times. That's it. Peter Obi saying it today. For the first time I had the year from Peter Obi mouth. I was happy. Thank you very much, my people. Gatun, please talk to us. You have 5 minutes. Good evening to you.
Hi, greetings, everybody. Don't worry about that guy. I know you have bitter people. You can't help them. Anyway, I hope he learns. Anyway, moving forward, it's always refreshing to hear from Peter Obi. But however, I will manage my emotions this time around. And why did I say so? He was asked some direct questions about the Labour Party. It doesn't seem to me that he wants to leave. It seems to me he wants to stay. But he has not addressed the question about Mr. Abure. There's no way. I don't know how you can carry on with somebody that has not addressed some serious criminal allegation against him, and you just tell us with a wave of hand and that it's going to be dealt with internally. No, it doesn't work that way. Because I mean, remember when we first talked about Bure and all that. I was one of the first people that said, "Hey, let's give this guy a benefit of the doubt and all that." But yes, he has clearly proven to everybody that he's not straight up. He's not a straight character. So, would you, by sorting it out, would they ask him to vacate the seat? I see an infighting coming up. That man is bent on power. He's going to fight. And that is going to be a further distraction that he was talking about. We know there's going to be we know that all these things are distraction, and the other individuals have been that are still existing in the party, that is Labour Party, that is there, to cause trouble. So how do you want to deal with that? So Mr. Peter Obi is he's got a very he's very honest, very clear in he's got no he's got no how do you mean? I'm just thinking he's got no backbone within him. But the thing is that you cannot continue with a party with a corrupt chairman. You cannot, you just can't. That's the reality. And then going to 2027 and all that. I personally, I don't know for any other person, I'm speaking for myself, I'm just going to manage my emotions. Because this is the way that everybody's emotions were taken up and all that. Then you get it came crashing. APC, you're not dealing with just small time thieves. These are criminals, these are seasoned criminals. They've captured the judiciary. They've captured INEC. We're going to see something worse. Come on, what are we talking about? See, let's not just go on emotions and all that. All of us are shouting Senegal, Senegal. Listen, the polity of Senegal is not Nigeria. Senegal is just like one small town in Nigeria. most of them speak the same language. So what are we talking about here? When Peter Obi comes, because he has spoken, yeah, we're going to win 2027. Man, we could not deceive ourselves. If we do not deal with the compromised judiciary and INEC, it's not going to happen. The same thing will come back again. Begin to talk the same story. Me, I don't talk my own finish. Thank you, Mr. Elvis.
All right. Thank you very much, Ogatun, for that submission. I will give my own submission later. I just wanted everybody to give their own submission. Yes, sir.
Mr. Elvis, please, can you give me just some few seconds? Let me add to what Mr. Tun
just go ahead.
In my submission, I did say that there's some ambiguity there. It wasn't clear because Mr. Peter Obi said, with respect to Abure and this Labour Party issue, he said there is an audit firm has been engaged. And I said, it's not clear enough. If he had today said, in 2 months' time, by the time I come here in 3 months' time, we will have a conclusion on this matter. That will have settled it completely. So he left some rooms there for that, for that. With respect to the 2027 election, he responded, and in a very brilliant manner, and I will give that to him. In fact, he pushed it back to everyone. If you are an Obidient, he said he doesn't know, and he has said it before severally. A man that claims to know everything is a fool. Here, Peter Obi said, see, I don't know. Somebody brought the question and he said it is more of a suggestion than a question. And I don't know. Please, you people, bring out your suggestion, how to deal with this going forward with 2027. And I was satisfied with that. So it's an opening for us now. If we say 2027, which I agree with completely, you can't go into any election in Nigeria without addressing all the issues of 2023.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan.
It is open for us now to start discussing that and bring it out, Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Oga, thank you very much, sir, for your time with us. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. 5 minutes, sir.
Okay.
We can't hear you. Okay, your audio. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Niger Watch. Thank you, Niger Watch. Good evening, everybody. All protocols duly observed. I don't know whether to cry, but what use will it be? If there is a moment, if there is a resource to prove what Pari Adeban just said, the words of our elders are words of wisdom. He said, Nigeria, if you fail to bring P2B in 2023, forget about Nigeria. What P2B was saying really made me to start to rethink Nigeria. Not because of his personal travels, but I'm still wondering, what I'm hearing, does it mean Nigerians all over the world are not hearing it, including those in Nigeria? You see, there is this thing I always believe. They say God helps those who help themselves. God also helped those who cannot help themselves. But in our own case, we can. What I'm always asking is this. When we go into our different bedrooms or whatever, we pray. God, thank you for the gift of life, for giving us the air we breathe, keeping us alive. God, come and save us. Nigerians have been praying for leadership ever since Chinua Achebe wrote his book, The Trouble with Nigeria. That is simple and squarely a matter of leadership. Everything rises and falls with leadership. Nigerians have been praying. And when you are praying for a leader, I can tell anybody without even mincing words, it cannot come from outside. It must come from among us. Suddenly, this man is among us. Sometimes I said, well, they said, and I know why they say that every people, a country, a society deserves the leadership they get. Even if you don't know about P2B, but you know anybody who knows anything about Nigeria, who has followed Nigerian political development, let's say since Shehu Shagari time, let's say since 1960, if you can follow it, since 1970 after the war, since Second Republic, maybe you joined from Second Republic, 1979, okay, you missed it, everything until the June 12th election opened some of people's eyes, maybe you missed that. Then 1999, Obasanjo came in. Probably you missed it. Since 2015, you know, somebody will now said, what really do we pray for? What really are we praying for? Even if there is no quality you can remember P2B for, no Nigerian in history since 1914 that Nigeria came into existence through the fiat of Lord Lugard and Flora Shaw. Nobody has ever said, and a country like Nigeria with poverty of the world, that David Cameron said is fantastically corrupt. You see leaders saying, go to my record. If you see anything you feel like, say it, I will stop campaigning. Till today, that offer is still on the table. Nigerians, what else do you want? We are celebrating Senegalese. I'm sure this Senegalese president, though being 44, he may not, I don't think he said something like this. Imagine a man standing before over 100 million people or 200 million, a country that is fantastically corrupt. Look at where we are, the poverty capital of the world. And he's saying, if you see anything implicating, just go and check my record. Just announce it. Till today, that offer is on the table. That offer is on the table. There was a time something happened in Ikoyi, that Ikoyi flat, where they were harvesting, is it block? I will call it a block of dollar notes. They said, hey, P2B is having a flat. It's occupying one of the flats. It's in Ikoyi. The man was in America. He used the DH or whatever to send his key, and they sent the key of all his houses, the one in Onisha, the one in Aglu, his own village, and said he's ready to come and testify that they should go and search anything he has. EFCC said they can never find anything in him. A man that did business in UK, and the late Queen Elizabeth, every year he receives a commendation letter from them. He said it with his own words. A man, he came to UK. He had the permanent resident with Nigerian passport. When he felt that he's no longer doing business in the UK, he went back to Home Office.
Round of 30 seconds, sir.
I'm saying, say, take your permanent residence. I'm going back to Nigeria. Nigerians, what do you want? Sometimes I look at Nigeria, just shed tears. I say, look, you see, hatred, what we've been doing in Nigeria, I must have to say this. We've been practicing hatred, evil, and it's not going to stop. When a man like this, one day we lose P2B, Nigerians, what are you waiting for? What else do you want? You've been praying, good leader, and yes, people will be selling. In fact, I shook my head today. I said, well, P2B, even if you step down today, for the next 100 years, there won't be any Nigeria like you. I yield. Thank you.
All right, Augustine, thank you very much, sir, for your submission. To be honest, Augustine, I'm not surprised when you are saying what we practice in Nigeria is hatred. Not be the same hatred you hear say somebody demonstrated on the comment section just now. So this thing normally starts gradually, you know. So whatever Peter Obi is passing through today, you know, that's why you see on all the time. I normally say on this platform that we are the problem of ourselves. We hate ourselves to that extent that nobody wants anybody to grow. You understand? Everybody wants to hold one particular position. One position is available and 2 million people want to be on that position. That is the problem that we have. You know, so we have a long way to go. I just pray God help us to change our mindset, to give us love instead of hate. What Peter Obi is passing through today, just imagine, how can any Nigerian say this kind of man, I don't want him to be my president? What is your reason, for example? What is your reason? You don't have any reason than hatred. That's all. That's all. What is your reason? Because what we all are clamoring for is a better country that will be favorable to you and I, that will be favorable to our unborn children, that will be favorable to many, many generations ahead. But because of sentimentalism, hatred, you know, ethnicism and many others, we don't want the country to grow. Look at me coming here every blessed day. Some of you listening to me right now, you are saying, oh, what have you done that nobody have done before? This is the problem we have. That's why we remain here. Many of us find comfort in another man's country to build our own country. Forgetting that the country wherever you are residing today, now people build them. Now make you feel enter there, go stay there. The politicians that you and I are calling out to do the right thing, they are capitalizing on our stupidity because they know that we don't like ourselves. Tell me, can somebody answer genuinely why you hate Peter Obi? Why?
Miss Elvis.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm not sure. I understand it's been a very long day, and you want to probably shut down early, maybe preparing for tomorrow. But I'm scared you may be here for under a couple of hours, so I don't know how you want to do that, because what we had today, honestly, should be reflected on before. I'm very sure the mainstream
That's
media.
what I'm saying, my brother. It's not. Listen, one thing you must understand is this. I don't, like I've said before, I don't need to spend a maximum of 20 minutes here, even though it's money I want to make on YouTube to make the money. But when people don't appreciate me spend 6 hours here every day, some ignorant people, let me say, we think that, oh, maybe not this is 6 hours, now they make money. Then that kills effort.
Miss Elvis, I understand you quite well. I mean,
because you don't necessarily have to stay more than 20 minutes to make anything you want to make. Check other YouTube. We hold on, sir. A lot of us follow different YouTube. Check it. Post 10 minutes video, 20 minutes video, you are done. But we spend these 6 hours here, you not see one or two person, we come and kill our effort. It's crazy. It's just that Mr. Peter will be waking up tomorrow to say, I don't want to rule anymore. So satanic people will be celebrating, not knowing that you've missed something that you can never ever get again your entire life. We have a lot of problem, man. When we don't encourage ourselves, we are not going nowhere. Go ahead, sir, quickly.
Well, I appreciate all of that comment. One thing we must realize is the fact that there are Judases and there are satanic agents out there. Don't be surprised that, like you said, some people will listen to, even in Asorok, they will hear what Peter Obi said today. They will be pricked in their hearts, but their supporters will be saying, oh, what did he say? So for me, I would rather not focus on. I understand you quite well. I mean, this is discouraging, and I want to say sorry to that, but I'm just scared that we may be here for some other couple of hours just to deliberate on all of these things, and then I know the mainstream media will not talk about this, but we are the voice for Nigerians, so that we talk about this thing.
Let's see. Yeah,
thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Mr. Elvis. I hope you never forget me.
We don't call you, sir. You were talking with one man in your living room. That's all we're hearing. So, Govt F. Emmanuel, you know.
So sorry, my brother. So sorry.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to you. It's good to have you on the show. Please talk to us now. Thank you. It's been a while.
It's been a while, my bro.
Talk to us for 5 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. I greet every one of you again for the opportunity to speak today. I've been always, online with you guys, but have not been opportune to come on board. But I thank God I've been able today. I feel, Mr. CM, I feel you. Throughout today, as I was listening to Peter Obi, I was just feeling guilt. I was feeling bad, absolutely bad. That's why the Bible says people putting good for evil and evil for good. That's what is happening to Nigeria. The question is, what did Abel do that Cain by him? At least these two brothers, they are the first on earth. What did Abel do or did that Cain by him? Abel did well and Cain by him. And the blood started crying. And God asked him, where is thy brother? Say, if you have done well, wouldn't I have blessed you too? Wouldn't I have accepted your offering? It's as simple as that, Nigerians. If you have done well, just like the Senegalese people did during the election, the president wanted to corner the whole thing, but the people insisted and stood. Today was my very first time of hearing Peter Obi making a very drastic comment. But he emphasized, I heard it, said the people of the Senegalese, they are the one who made it happen. Otherwise, the incumbent president would have cornered the election. But the people revolted. That is what Nigeria failed to do during the past election. That's what they failed to do. That is for that. Then he talked about something about Abure. He said, no comment. And I love that. He said, no comment until the external auditor complete his work. Until he come up with his findings. Which is true. He said he doesn't want to hear anything coming from social media. He doesn't want to hear any opinion until the external auditor complete his work. Which is a brilliant response. Then secondly, look at how he responded to everybody with civility. Everyone. Tell me, which other president or a politician, let me not really say president, a politician in this country that had that kind of courage? He made mention of something. He said, if we go in there to try to change them and they refuse, we dust our leg, we dust even the sand that is on your shoe, on your feet. He said, dust it, that you remain the change rather than being corrupted. He said it. Then he also made something, he also made a comment that touched me. He said, if he opened his mouth to tell us what he's passing through as a politician, that probably all of us...
Round of 30 seconds, sir.
You know, all of us will be shocked. But I thank God for the kind of person he is. And the perfect example that has given us 5 years for every tenure in all the 6 geopolitical zone in Nigeria. That is just a perfect way to create sanity in that country. No more 2 tenure, no more 4 years. 5 years is perfect. You come, you do what you need to do, and you get out.
Exactly.
Thank you, my brother.
Exactly. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you, Oga F. Emmanuel. It's good to have you here today. To Nigeria, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us 5 minutes.
Greetings. Okay. Greetings. Thank you for having me, Nigeria Watch. I think I didn't hear a lot that he said, but I think it's a good thing that he wants to wait till the inquiries are carried out, even if most of us know the conclusion. Sometimes you want the process to play out, and PWB is a man of process, hence why he went to court against the current government. And so from that point of view, I understand where he's coming from. Also, most of the things he said are relatively are things we already know about him, isn't he? And he's not the kind of person that is very confrontational about stuff. He prefers things to play out procedurally. And some people feel, I think there's a little bit of frustration. Some people feel like he's not very, like he's not saying what he's going to run in 2020. He's not being very condemnatory of what is going on in the Labour Party and stuff like that. He's that kind of person. I think there was a statement he made recently about the borehole, when he said if somebody is using 100-something million to dig borehole, the person must be digging a special borehole. He could have accused them of, embezzlement and stuff like that. So he never really puts his, his hand on the lever and start really, calling people out directly about their inappropriate behavior. I think he prefers to focus on the people and tell them the right path to travel. And that has always been his way of doing things. I'm sure if he was a panelist on this platform, he probably would be called out repeatedly for not actually calling out the people that are stealing money in the country, which is a very weird thing, because a lot of people get cross where you don't directly call out the people in the country directly. And P2B doesn't. He's like number one for it. He really doesn't call people out directly. And but that said, I understand where he's coming from, because maybe the Nigerian space is not the same as the Senegalese space. Senegal has a tradition of democracy. They've not had a military coup before, and they have a tradition of stability from that point of view. Hence, if somebody tries to upturn it, it's almost everybody has grown up in democracy in that country. So it's very hard for people to peel away from it and support anybody that goes against it. All the judges grew up in democracy. All the people that are alive today, almost everybody, not everybody, but almost everybody in Somalia, in Senegal today, grew up in democracy. So it's a bit different the way they perceive democracy compared to us. We've had a tradition of breaking democracy, breaking all kinds of norms. Nigeria break all kinds of norms, and it's very, very difficult for Nigerians to just come out overnight and say, oh, because, especially given the circumstances are different too. It's not like the Agbado or Buhari came and extended the election date. If he had done that, oh my goodness, all hell would have broken loose in Nigeria. Even by Nigerian standard, that Nigerians wouldn't have tolerated if he had decided to extend this in the election due date. So from what I gather from P2B, nothing new. And I feel like he's been. I think one other thing I think people should take from what he said was about, even when you are in opposition or you're not in office, you can change things by the way you propose ideas and call out authority. I find it a little bit astounding sometimes when you say certain things in Nigeria. Some people don't have the answer to these things. Sorry about that. I think I'm getting a call come through. I find it sorry about that. I find it astounding that sometimes when something happens in Nigeria, you would think everybody knows it, but they don't. They really don't. You think people know solutions to things. They don't. I was surprised when I was speaking to a Nigerian today, and I said something about this currency stuff. And I said, why is it that the government didn't discourage the use of dollars all this while? That since last week when they discouraged it, look at the appreciation of the Naira started happening. That why didn't they do it all this while? You think it's a common sense thing for them to do. That if you don't have enough dollar in your pocket, you don't go and have your children ordering things with the dollar. You tell your children, slow down. We don't have a lot of dollars to spend there. We've got Naira. But the Nigerian government don't do that. And even till now, they are not saying slap tariff on things that are not helping us. Like if your children want to be buying sweets all the time, that doesn't help their education, that doesn't help their healthcare, you slap, say, not buy too much of that. If you want to buy it, at least you give them, they have to do something special for them to get it. The Nigerian government, on the other hand, haven't moved to that second layer where they actually start penalizing some products that are coming into Nigeria that Nigerians can make. There is no reason we should be importing so many clothes when we have tailors all over the place. When tailors can scale up and start manufacturing this in clothes on a large scale. I know Nigerians here in the UK that started this thing healthcare company from just working as care workers. They started healthcare companies and started employing people to do those things. Nigerians can do those things in their country too. You just need to give them the right environment. But I was surprised when I said this. It was like, oh, that's surprising. It's like, why is that not normal thinking for Nigerians to think about? So for me, I feel like the only person, that's one of the reasons why I like P2B actually. He's very Nigerian centric. That's why he doesn't have houses overseas. Everything he does, it seems to be Nigerian focused.
Thank you.
And that is what I think Nigerians should take from the way he behaves. That is mannerism, where most of the stuff he does is Nigerian focused. That is the part that we need to tread to be able to change things for the better. Thank you.
Thank you, Ogato Niger. God bless you.
Mr. Harris.
Sir,
I have a quick question for.
He cannot answer it now. Just wait. Just pause. Bullet point it, sir. Just bullet point it. Let me quickly deal with the people that is here. Ike, thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Good evening to you, sir. You have 5 minutes. Please talk to us.
Thank you, my brother Elvis, for all you do, for your sacrifices for today. And It has been a pleasant day to listen to PO. And remember the last time I came, I said, let us wait to hear from what he's going to say. And he answered all the questions. He put all the notes together. But sometimes maybe the way some of us wanted him to react in certain issues, more importantly, the issue of Labour Party. You can see, if he didn't come here today, like people have been saying, he has not been saying anything. He's not doing anything. What is he saying? He's not said anything. If he didn't come here today, you would not know that out of the 38 House of Representative members, he made 30 of them. Out of the 8 senators, he made 5 concerning what Aburi and his group did. He also said in this, if you remember, Brother Elby, he said he advised the chairman to meet everybody, including Dati, including Patriotomy, everybody that are responsible. But along the line, he switched over doing what he did, because he told him that the best thing we have to do is to bring everybody along. So he have answered that question. Like Tunaja just said now, Mr. Peter Obi is not a guy who used to call people out or who used emotions to, to say what he wants to say. You can see he was calm, he was calculative, he was smart, he was intelligent. But if you are somebody who read body language or who understands language, you will know that those words he's using is powerful. And that's why that people always want to listen to PO, because his way and manner of speaking is completely different from a lot of us. So I think that today he has reassured us again that he's not leaving Labour Party, but he reassured us that he is going to do everything humanly possible to make sure that all these shenanigans end. There is something he said on his closing remarks. Brother Evis, I don't know if you listened to his closing remarks. He said about the name calling, that we should stop this name calling. The reason he was saying this is because, remember, that it was just about 1 year now, Peter Obi and the rest obedient people has become member of Labour Party. And in the constitution of Labour Party somewhere, you have to be 2 years to be able to hold any high office in Labour Party. The Peter Obi that ticket was a child of circumstances. But other point, you have to stay 2 years. And that was the reason why Peter Obi was making this last appeal. This name calling, because these people who has been leaders of Labour Party, they are afraid that the Obidients are coming to take over everything from them. So that is the fear Peter Obi wanted to remove from the minds of the old members of Labour Party. That is not supposed to be so. He made a comment here that the idea that was even they went to the extent already that they have said who is going to occupy what and what. You see, that is to tell you he is mindful of that constitution. I don't know whether it is written or it was an oral statement, but it's something like that is in Labour Party. You have to stay 2 years to be able, to have a office. So this is one of the reasons why he has playing it very soft with these people. So he appealed us today, and I was really happy when he was appealing. Please let us stop that name calling, because it's not going to help us, even though we want to rebuild the family, even though we want to bring everybody together by calling names and by shouting at each other. It's not going to help. It's not going to solve this, the problem. So, I mean, I think I was fulfilled today, and I was happy for everything that I had. Finally, because we have few minutes, I want to ask Tony. Yesterday he was saying he's going to meet Hilda Dokubo. Did you know whether he met Hilda Dokubo yesterday? Because he said he's going to call her. Do you know? Did he tell you?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I don't have any information on that.
Okay. So it's for, like Tony was saying, listen, we know that our emotions are too high, but at least today, if you listen to his comment from one area to the other.
If you look at it, Hilda Dokubo, the Nollywood actress, I'm not sure, is she supporting Peter Obi or supporting Aburi?
Yes,
That's what
yes.
I understand.
Yes, Brother Davis, you cannot forget, even in your platform during the election, she is in the forefront in obedience. She was
Exactly.
in the forefront. She was in the forefront with Aisha throughout the whole of that election campaign. He is a staunch member of, P2B supporter. That's why I went on said that yesterday. I wanted to confirm from him if he really called the woman to ask what was she doing in that convention if she was there, because I didn't see the pictures I see. I've been trying to see if I can see her in the picture that I've been seeing, but I've not seen her in the picture of that with something. So that's why I wanted to see if Tony knows anything about, if he was able to reach, get in touch.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. I. God bless you, sir. Thank you. We have a man of prestige on the backstage. Man of prestige, I need to swap myself for you to come in, but once your 5 minutes is off, I'm going to ring a bell. You need to stop so that I'll put you back on the backstage so that I can come back in. Thank you very much, sir. I greet you now, but I'm not hearing you until I bring you to the panel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you right there. So let me bring man of prestige in quickly to talk to us for. Fortunately, man of prestige, you were not talking. We're not hearing anything from you. I have to remove you again. Maybe that is your audio. I am not sure. But meanwhile, everybody on the panel have given their submission. I'd like to quickly take call from Oga Chris. Mr. Chris, I'm going to call you back right now because I can see you'll be calling and calling and calling in. Oh, somebody is calling in. Madam Origin is calling in. Good evening to you, man. Please, I would like you to talk to us. Thank you very much for calling in. 2 minutes.
Hello, everyone. Mr. Niger Watch, thank you. God bless you. It's a wonderful day listening to now the father of the land. Just I have to summarize because I don't have my minutes are few. I just summarize everything I heard today. We had two political parties that have dominated Nigeria for the last, I will say, 60 years, because it is the same people recycling themselves and putting in their surrogates and the people they want to because of their agenda. And these parties, PDP, APC, we were made to choose from them, and they are all axes of evil. Everything that has kept this nation, made the people, every Nigerian know that something is wrong, but they don't have a choice. And this man, God sent him to us, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. The man, what he said today, if there is anything else I will not forget, it is to reiterate. Everyone that is out for good governance have found a father. Everyone that have, clamoring for the protection of the villagers and the people that are hurting have found the father. And that father for the nation is Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. Not perfect, like he always tells us. For anyone that wants to put stick or fork or whatever in what he said today, just know that the father we have, he said it, he's not a perfect man.
Thank you.
But one thing I know is he has character, he's competent, he has shown himself a man to be trusted, whether he is in LP or he's going to create a forum where they're hurting, and those that love good governance will gather together. We are all here waiting. Thank you, Mr. Niger Watch. Thank you for you as the person that is holding the candlelight for us. I rest it there.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Oga Chris, I'm calling you back. It's the last call that I'm going to take today. Then we are done with calls. Okay, Oga Chris, please pick your phone. I'm calling you back quickly. You know, a man of prestige, I can see you already. I'll bring you in soon. Please let me finish with this course. Oga Chris, good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us.
Good evening, sir. Mr. Najawash. I'm on protocols duly observed. Thank you for calling me back. And Mr. Najawash, I just want to thank you for everything you do. And also, I think, in my view, you should be happy that people are having discerning views about you, because if you don't have people like that, it means you are not doing the right thing. It is because you are doing the right thing, that's why people will come to challenge you, to say things that will get you angry. And moreover, if you don't have people like that person that was accusing you, then you will not have the opportunity to use the word satanic people. So it's good to have them so that we can keep using the word satanic.
Thank
then
you.
I just want to also go along with what Give Us Our Mandate said. It is good that we talk about this discussion today that His Excellency held with us, because if you don't do it, from tomorrow, people will start twisting them up and down, left, right, and center, and you have a duty to properly educate the number of people that are following you. You are not like a grandfather. You have so many people relying on you to get the accurate information. So it's better that these issues are dealt with as much as you can today. And for the Constitution, I think, Mr. Tone, I go with you clearly. I am not really too enthusiastic about 2027 unless we have made it very clear on the Constitution on what the nature of our election processes and procedures should be. Because if you remember clearly, when you brought Mr. Mike Guinea to the platform, we saw all the assurances, everything, but we didn't know that there was one little omission on our constitution, and that was what the Supreme Court and what was his name, Mahmoud and Co, they capitalized on to rig everybody out, and that's why we are thinking of 2027. So we have to manage our expectations. We have to make sure that the first thing that we'll push for is electoral review. And lastly, concerning the issue of the Senegalese people, you see, the truth is that if you listen to that 5-minute speech of that president, the man said something that nobody is talking about. He said when he confronted France about their double standard,
Okay,
he
20
said
seconds.
their reply was that, sorry?
20 seconds.
Okay. He said their reply was that in Burkina Faso, the people didn't protest, but in Belarus, they protested. So that was why France had to intervene. So Nigerians, you almost realize that if you don't protest, you will not get any person to intervene in issues in Nigeria. If we keep quiet and we think everything is okay, then how do you expect external people to come in? Because that was exactly what that French this president said, and nobody is talking about that part of his speech. That should be the part that should ginger all Nigerians and not any other thing. Thank you very much for the opportunity to call and for calling me back.
God bless you, sir.
I don't take it for granted. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, let me bring in a man of prestige to talk to us. Man of prestige, I'm going to swap again for the last time. While I'm doing this, bear with us, guys. Before I bring in man of prestige, I need to quickly sort this out. Just give me a few seconds here. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate every one of you guys. Help us to press on the like button, and let's do this together.
Hello?
Hello, is anybody there? Can you hear me? Can someone hear me there?
I can
Yes,
hear
we can
you.
hear you.
Okay. I think it's Mr. Elvis there.
It's not me. Everybody is here when I said it just now that I need to remove myself to bring man of prestige in. He was just there. I was expecting somebody on the panel to help me tell him to go ahead and speak. I need to remove myself for him to have space. The panel is full already. You know, please, people should communicate with him.
Elvis, put me in the background, please.
Yeah, I
Let
was
him
going
come
to
in.
say that you can put me in the background too if you want to.
Put me in the background there. Let him come in, yeah?
Thank you, sir. Man of prestige, good evening to you, sir. This is the third time. Please speak to us.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Evans. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a minute. I've not appeared on your platform, but I do listen occasionally.
You don't forget us now. So
No,
you don't leave us. You don't leave us for street now.
no. I'm still at tune with what's going on in Nigeria. But
Thank you,
I've
sir.
not appeared on your platform. In a while. So, but anyway, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I hope you listen to Mr. Peter Obi, right?
I listen. I was busy because by that time I was in and out with my work, So I listened periodically. I didn't listen the whole thing. So that's why I just joined in to ask you a couple of questions in reference to what's going on. In reference to what's going on with Labour Party. So did anybody, because when I was listening, nobody asked him that question about the practical going on with Labour Party. I mean, has his
Yeah, they
leadership
did.
handling
They
the whole
did.
situation?
They
Does he
did.
approve of what's going on? Does he approve of Abure, whatever he concord to become the chairman? What emancipated to that situation? Did anybody ask him about the leadership issue they're having?
Yes, they did. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. About 2 or 3 people asked him that question. Unfortunately, myself, I was not satisfied with Peter Obi's response. Peter Obi was very careful not to offend anybody, but his body language, and his submission shows that he have totally disassociated himself from Julius Abure, but he did not mention his name. He don't want to talk on the issue. He was just saying that we will fix it, we will fix it, we will fix it. That was it. So for me personally, I was not satisfied with Peter Obi's response on that area. So I don't know. So that
Yeah,
was it.
that's the main reason why I came in, because I didn't have opportunity to listen or whatever. So with what you just said, the way he responded, I didn't want to go back and replay everything back because I didn't have that much time. So I'm disappointed in that because knowing his antecedent, I wanted him to take a leadership, and as the man, I know he's not the owner of Labour Party or something like that, The Labour Party is just a house that has the Obidients. But I expect more from him, to tell us what's going on, not to hide behind the whole thing. So I'm concerned about the leadership, I'm not saying he's not capable, but to me, this is just my own personal opinion. He's not showing me that part of leadership that I expect from him, Or if he's going to go to another party or whatever, then, let us know. I think I'm concerned about the postponement or whatever, the lingering of what's going on. That's my only area of concern. Because that's the main thing I wanted to hear from him. I mean, I know everything about Obi. I know everything going on in Nigeria. I'm not going to come here, come and talk about what's going on. Everybody knows the situation where we are in Nigeria, labor. I'm not going to labor to that. I'm only focused on Obi leadership. So, but you have answered me what he said. Hopefully, we can hear more sooner than later. But for now, I'm not satisfied about that.
Thank you. Thank you, man of prestige. God bless you, sir. Let me quickly take this call. Thank you very much, sir, for calling in. Good evening to you. You all have only 2 minutes. Please go straight to the point.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Niger Watch. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Stand on the existing protocol. Let me answer that man quickly. If he was not listening, I listened to everything. Obi gave an answer, and he gave a wise answer to those who have the ear to listen.
Obi made it clear. I say one, we have, employed the labor of an external auditor. And until they finish auditing, we will not be able to speak on the issue. We will wait until they finish.
That was the allegation of
Then
criminality.
by saying,
That was the allegation of criminality, sir. Yes, that one is totally different from. We are talking about the convention that was held yesterday.
Then he went on to say, if they finish with that, if they are not satisfied with what is going on, he quoted the Bible where Jesus sent out his disciples. He said, when you send them into a village, that if they get there and, the people don't accept them, that even when they step out of the village, they should knock off the sand on their sandals. It was a message coded. What he's saying is, well, if we cannot fix it, we will leave it. But he now continued by saying, we will try as much as we can to fix that decision.
Okay.
But he made it clear to everybody that he is not in a hurry leaving Labour Party.
Okay.
So it is very obvious. If anybody says they are not satisfied with what he said there, and maybe the person wants him to open mouth wide and say everything. Then number two is what he said about the issue of, Nigerians taking over their country. He said it again when he talked about the Senegalese issue. Yes, it is about the people, not the government, and not the persons running for presidency. It wasn't the presidential candidates that made it happen. It was the people.
Thank you, sir.
And until the people wake up to take over their nation,
okay,
he must not, like when he...
Sir, I'm only giving it to 2 minutes, sir.
Okay, sorry, I will stop at this, but let it be clear that even after the election, he made it clear, even though he didn't want to come out openly to say, go out and, snatch back your nation. Indirectly, he said, allow me, I don't want trouble. We should use our wisdom. I mean, the presidential candidate shouldn't be the one telling us to go so that people will go after him. You heard him say, what I'm passing through, who can he tell? Neither one. God bless you. Let us stop at this.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Thank you.
Mr. Elvis.
Okay.
Please, Mr. Elvis.
Yes, sir.
Please, let's clarify this, so that we don't just muddle things up and give people the impression that all is well, even though that is what we're striving for.
Can I finish with people first, sir?
Okay, all right.
You do that, please. I have Engineer Joseph Igama in the backstage. Engineer Joseph Igama, I'm going to put you in right now to quickly talk to us. So I would like you to please...
Mr. Evix, you can put me in backstage, no problem. I'm here listening.
No, I think you are fine. You are fine,
okay.
Because we already have about 2 spots there. Engineer Igama, we can't see. Can you turn on your camera so that we know who is behind that name, please? Turn on your camera, sir. I want to see who's behind the name Engineer Joseph Igama before I put it on the screen. If you can do that now, if you are listening to me, sir, we don't have time. You don't need to put on your camera while on the screen, but I need to see. Okay, you're not responding. I'll just move on for now. Once you've done that, I'll come back to you. Okay. Thank you very much, my wonderful people. I appreciate every one of you. So I'm going to give some time for you guys to continue with this broadcast for the next 1 hour, since people still want to talk on this properly, like you guys requested. Engineer Igama, you just turn on your camera, but I can't see you. I'm seeing your wall. Can you just respond to this so that I do this? Because we are wasting time just waiting for you to put your camera on to see your face. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Please tell us, where are you joining us from? Engineer Igama, are you there? Oh, God. You are not ready, sir. Please, I'm sorry. Maybe you join us tomorrow. We don't have time for all this for now. Okay, I'm going to give time for you guys to continue with this broadcast for the next 1 hour or two, so that you guys can iron this out properly. But before I will do that, I would like everybody, I'll give you their submission, but let what Mr. Jonathan wanted to say be on this particular broadcast before I will swap. Mr. Jonathan, go ahead.
Thank you.
2 minutes.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I just want to clarify this clearly to Niger in his submission, talking about dollar, and I want to know in what ways or measure has the Nigerian government discouraged the use of dollar in the last week or two. I don't know. Maybe it will clarify that and make it open.
He will clarify that on the next broadcast.
And then also, listen, and then yeah, and then also, Mr. Chris, when he called, he made a statement which I agree with completely, that talking today is very important before some, undeserving people will come around and try to distort the message delivered by Mr. Peter Gregory Obi today. Very important, and I agree with him entirely. And that made me to change my mind, because I have some areas that I want clarity, that which I didn't want to bring up today, waiting for tomorrow. But I'll put it out there, maybe for discussion, for other broadcasts later on. See, the issue of Labour Party in Edo State and the issue of Abure nationally, they are not dealing with it properly. And the response from Mr. Peter Obi today was not clear on that. What they are asking Mr. Abure to do, which is the election, the convention, that the process was not followed, that it should start from the ward, is exactly what they did or what they are even approving in the emergence of Akpata. Where was the ward election in Edo State, the local government in Edo State, before it gets to the state level, that produced Akpata? So what you are asking Abure to do is exactly what you are endorsing for Akpata. So I was waiting for Mr. Obi to respond on that, and he said he supports Akpata. So on that, there is a serious contradiction, and I believe Abure will fight that. Because if the emergence of Akpata in Edo State was completely contrary to the exact process you are asking him to do.
You will continue with this, sir. Let me round up this, because I have a couple of people on the backstage that I will bring in after the swap of this. Oga Chris is on the backstage. Engineer Joseph Igama, you came back again, so you can turn off your camera if you want, but I don't see you already. But I will swap you guys shortly. But let me quickly say this on this broadcast before I will go. I want to appreciate every one of you on the panel. God bless you all, even though we know we are going to continue with this broadcast till maybe late night or tomorrow morning, no problem. And I want to appreciate those of you that supported the channel, starting with Dr. Alexander Gomez, Peggy Modi, and I have Madam Stella Emma Sevedo, Madam Love, God is my strength. God bless every one of you. May your pocket never run dry. And those of you that joined the panel, and those of you that called in, God bless you all. And those of you on the comment section, Mother of all Mommy Diaspora, and every one of you right there, Tracy Jacobin, and many others. I appreciate every one of you. And God bless you now. Yes, as for Mr. Peter Obi, everything that Peter Obi talked about today, to be honest, for me, I was just feeling it that how did we miss a man like this being our president? It's painful, it's hurtful, it's sad. That is why we are where we are today. I just want to appeal to Nigerians, please, let us remove the hatred that we have for ourselves so that we can join head together to rescue our country. If you are waiting for one person to do this thing, we might not succeed in this journey. Let's put head together and let us speak in one voice to have a better country in our time. The only area, like I said, that I disagree with Mr. Peter Obi, even though I know, he was being careful, and two, you don't want to reveal more, he was addressing, who is cooking? Who's cooking? Mute yourself. Or Mr. Jonathan. Oh, God. Always mute yourself, sir, please. Thank you. you know, even though I know he was being very, very careful, I was expecting Mr. Peter Obi to address Barrister Abure's issue properly. Personally, that is my opinion. I cannot say what will make you happy. You know, if you are listening to me right now, I'm telling you how I felt, you know, but it did not, because he was being careful. Yes, he did mention that, yeah, because because of the external auditor that is going on, you don't want to state much on the criminal and allegations that is going on. But for the conventional, he still did not say something about that. You know, it was, yeah, he quote Bible and all that. Not everybody is interested in those Bible verses, to be honest. We're talking about the nation, how to rescue our country right now. Not everybody is interested in anything to do with Bible when it comes to this serious matter. Yeah, we can pray, you know, outside governance, but yeah, I'm saying my own. I'm not speaking for anybody. So that area, only that area, me, I just disagree, because I was expecting it. And two, in terms of staying in Labour Party or moving out of Labour Party, it did not also address that. But, you know, Peter Obi was talking in riddles. He's always like that anyway. That's one good, beautiful thing about him. Tomorrow now, everybody will be surprised with his decision. He might come up tomorrow now to say, okay, we've decided to do this or that. But I was actually expecting to hear something today that will make, because at the moment now, I'm not sure where we all are standing still, because 2 or 3 questions came in that area. Mr. Peter Obi did not answer it to my own satisfaction on only that area. But nevertheless, what do we know? We know, you and I know, that Julius Abure, you know, is pursuing Mr. Peter Obi. In fact, you know, information reached me yesterday night, and today we also discussed similar thing. You know, the Abure is planning now to give Mr. Peter Obi a quit letter. You understand? So it would have been nice, because Peter Obi might already know this. It would have been nice if Peter Obi addressed this thing, you know, normally. You know, the way everybody go hear up today, for your address like that. For me, but what do I know? He's an elderly man and he's a leader that all of us look up to. So some people might think that, no, Peter Obi gets sense past you, and you know what he's doing. So let everybody assume that yes, he really know what he's doing. But what I want is just things that will favor him, because I don't want him to be in the midst of this toxic set of people, you know, because Peter Obi is alive today. That's why you and I is clamoring, oh, Peter Obi here, Peter Obi here, Peter Obi here. You know, but when you're in the midst of the people, because somebody actually, did somebody call me or somebody mentioned it here? I don't know. Okay, yes, somebody discussed with me privately. You know, somebody from this panel discussed with me privately that, you know, we should even be grateful that everything went like this. What about if one of these people actually did something to harm Mr. Peter Obi in terms of food poisoning, drinking, and all that, blah, blah, blah? Yes, but God will be protecting this man, and I pray God continue to protect him for us all. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. We are going to continue with this broadcast. We still have 790 people watching us right now across Nigeria. We still have about 500 people watching us there. You know, please, guys, I would like us to have a swap on Twitter. We have about 120 people watching us there. So we are going to make a swap right now on. I'm not going to touch the space yet, but Nigeria Watch is very, very essential. I do that. So for those of you that want to join us and follow us again, please, all you just need to do is you know, refresh so that you can follow this particular broadcast. But while we are doing that, we're going on a break. When I come from this break, those of you on the backstage, will put you in after this break. Now God bless you.
No more bad government in Nigeria. Nigeria Watch, the only media that have been consistent speaking against the bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Nigeria Watch, yo.